Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello. What's this room? Was that smirk? He has his
There
drink.
isn't enough soap in the world. That's my problem. Like,
What?
I need brain soap. I've just scrolled Twitter and seen
Which will harm you if you do
I
it.
love Twitter. So many
a
cat
massively
videos.
magnified picture of Gavin Newsom's crotch.
Oh goodness. Well,
Look,
That's
Savvy's got a lot
disturbing.
to answer for. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not
Savvy,
surprised at
why are you
all.
zooming in on a man's crotch.
Well, she
Does it-
wanted
does
to
it
see the
surprise
size
us,
of it,
though?
and has come to the conclusion that he doesn't have any.
To be fair, earlier when we were looking at the photo of Gavin Newsom in the said position, I could just tell from far away. And like the picture was like this big on my screen. Oh my god.
Oh, see, that's what Savvy did.
Yes.
That's exactly what
It's
happened.
back. It's
God
back.
dang it. God dang it.
It's like
I mean,
It's like, so when I zoom in, it's like,
It's the extreme close up from Wayne's World. You got to go wow every time it does. Act like you did it on purpose.
and I couldn't even tell like from like that picture, it was I could tell it was small. No one needed to zoom in.
well, she's a scientist, a thorough investigative journalist, is what happened.
She wanted to thoroughly check it out.
Hmm.
We should all do that because I don't think we're professionals and we have a cameraman like zooms in. No, it would do it at the worst times for me. It probably does for you when you're gaming.
It's always
Oh,
done it at
yeah.
the worst times for her. The best times is when she had no idea why it was happening and just randomly would zoom in on her for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Scared, like I'm being attacked.
I was playing a game for I think 30 minutes before I even realized it had zoomed in. So,
It's just on your
Watch
nose.
my
you're like,
nose play games.
yeah, it was like a very zoomed in version of my face. And I'm like, why is no one telling me this? I think chat corroborated and was like, shh, don't tell.
Don't tell. Of course they did. Like everybody just we're getting a close up of the nose. What we've
Mhm.
always wanted.
You've had chair streams. Now we've got nose and top lip streams. That's the only.
Oh,
That's
I-
the most
yeah.
important part of a streamer.
I can't drink tonight, so if we reach a drink goal, I will zoom in on my mouth and nose. All you guys want.
Yeah, if we reach a drink goal, if we hit 500, I have to go grab something because all I have is water and tea right now because I have a stream after this, so I have to be energized. But yeah, I'll go grab some rum. How's that sound?
Yeah, yeah. 500.
Anyway.
And then
Anyways,
zoom in
like,
on her
yeah.
own nose.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I do that because I have short arms, so when I do like vlogs on my other channel, I've tried now to like actually stretch out because like I've noticed that it's like very close. I'm like, well, I don't know what you want from me, people. I can't like.
I can't help it.
I
I'm like
can't.
Henry Cavill. He's got little T-Rex
I
arms.
got yeah.
I know. Anytime we take pictures, I'm always like, Wiki, just give me the
Give me the
camera."
phone.
It's the only way we're gonna fit us both in. Trust me.
I know. I take it as just her chin. Oh my gosh. Okay. Speaking of pictures gone wrong, I haven't gotten either of yours opinion on this because we didn't talk about this yet. But Rachel trying to be Sydney so bad, but no, really.
As someone who she's not a bad she
She's-
doesn't have a bad body at all. I
No.
think she's but just the pasties are not cute. You could tell they're there. Like you didn't do a good job, and the underwear they're not cute either. Like, could you have like more cuter or like maybe more of a sheer color or maybe black? If you wore black, I think it actually looked cuter that way.
Black would have looked better, and if she would have gone for it's like if you're gonna do it, like I would never like what Sydney wore, what she wore. Me personally, I'd never wear it.
Whew.
But like if you're gonna go for it, like I don't know, do something like sequence or something under there, like diamondish or something. If you want to,
No.
I don't know, or just like don't do it at all.
This is how she ended up looking like that in the first place. She had somebody explained fashion to her, and they're either a woman or a gay man, and they don't understand what the entire point of showing your body off like this is. You can do 3 things. Men are either interested in seeing everything, or they want the possibility to think they can see something.
It's like in the middle of that somehow.
Well, this is exactly the problem. So, if you're going to wear something sheer but not show anything, then it should be dark enough that men think that they're about to see something or might see something but never actually do. Or you just wear something classy and nobody sees anything. But what she's ended up with is, it's not you can see everything, but now you can see the bulletproof vest. There is absolutely nothing attractive or erotic about a bulletproof vest. All you're telling people is, you can see everything except the bits you want to see. Well, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you're right though. It's like either go for it or don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
flow
know-
well, Raptors, right?
This is why some of the cutest things are, it's actually where you see nothing, but it's always on that edge. So the men are always like, if she just bends the wrong way. But even if it's like actually like glued there. So what is it? I think it was the Mask of Zorro. He cuts her dress down and she's just like completely naked, but you'd see nothing because her hair's hanging in the way. Her hair was glued to her chest, so you were never going to see anything. But that wasn't the point. You thought you might if she moved the correct way.
It's
Listen,
the
the Mask of-
anticipation, of course.
Exactly. Like, but the Mask of Zorro, I feel like they did just so much right. We use that as references a lot, like on how to be sexy, like with the dance scene. I think we talked about that before, and then what you just said now with the rip, like that was just like a hot movie. Okay, that's it. But
Well, no, the dance.
you're right.
I think you're confusing that with True Lies. That's the dance scene.
True Lies was too, but didn't they do like not a dance scene in Zorro? Was there a sword fight? I think we've talked about something else with Zorro, but like just how I know Disbrew does. Catherine Zeta-Jones just like was gorgeous in that movie. But you're right. Like it's, I love the chat. She's like, is she wearing tidy whities? Pretty much.
It looks like it.
At least they're not Bridget Jones knickers. That's the only improvement.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I think that she should have she should have had a lining up till where the seam was.
Mhm.
On her leg, and that would have been like a cuter dress. It just looks like she grabbed fabric and then just like twirled it around her.
Yeah,
So that'll do.
like right here, that like extra, like it's, I don't know, it looks weird, almost like her arm was supposed to go like through it or something, but instead she just let it hang. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, the difference between hers and Sydney's, Sydney probably also had stuff covering up so she wasn't actually going to see anything, but Sydney's was darker, so you couldn't see anything, but you thought you could. Like, Sydney's actually showing less than she was. But it feels as if Sydney was showing more because it felt like she was completely naked under there. It is the fact that you know she's actually wearing clothes that's the problem with this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I feel like, honestly, I mean, yes, it does look like, Sherry was right, though, because I didn't even notice until Sherry said that, because I guess I didn't look close enough, but she said that the pasties don't cover up her chocolate chips. Because you can see it. Thanks,
Well, that's
Sherry.
the problem. As someone who someone who has like hers, like the darker, chocolate chips as they put it.
Chocolate chips.
Sometimes the pasties don't cover that. You gotta use the darker color.
Yeah, but really, it's all wrong. But to me, the underwear is what sticks out the most. Like she should have done black or like a dark purple. I don't know. It's
She
just
should have.
weird.
She
tried.
should have done get
Failed.
the electrical tape and just put X's on her nips.
Yeah, that would have looked better, honestly.
I think it would have been more like punk rock and cool, and then black leather panties. That would have been a better look.
It's just that she's straddling the line between a few things. So it's got to a point where the covering is so see-through that there's basically no point in wearing it. But she's wearing it anyway, but you can also see clothes. That's the problem. There's a certain style. So even, what was it, the Wednesday actress, she decided to just wear jewels. Now, admittedly, the jewels were as ugly as hell, and it made her look awful, because her stylist is crap. But at least she like, didn't try and cover it up with some kind of transparent thing over the top. If you're going to wear the transparent thing, it should be dark enough that you don't actually see anything. Or you see, like, the hints of a shape, but that's about it.
Yeah.
This is like a magician who's shown you what the magic trick is, and it kind of ruins it. You've seen behind the curtain.
We know what's
I don't
behind the
want it.
pancakes.
I
Yeah.
don't want to see behind those.
People want to walk down the yellow brick road and be tricked, so that's what they want. Nobody wants to know the magician isn't actually magic.
The illusion of a hot girl.
Well, the thing is, I think Rachel Zegler is attractive and she
I
can
do
sing.
too. She's pretty, yeah.
Her problem is that she can't keep her mouth closed.
Yeah, it's when she starts talking.
And for
that's the
some
problem.
reason,
That's something in there.
it's like because you've already like her general attitude. I think she's probably like, well, I don't need to dress for men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already showing you my body. Isn't that enough? And it's like, no, there's actually a knack to this stuff that you've never needed to learn because you've always had a gob on you. That's you're trying to appeal to the male audience, but have no idea what they want.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm
She's
also
not
laughing
appealing
at
to male or female, in my opinion.
keep that rabbit in
Oh,
there.
she's definitely trying to
The guys
appeal
in
to
the
the male
chat
audience with this.
aren't even like, yeah, there's like,
Like,
you know. meh.
This is not a feminist dress. This is not. This is entirely I want to be for the male gaze dress.
I can totally see her being like, people commenting on my looks. Oh my god, you guys are so what's the word? Oh my god, my brain fart right now.
Misogynistic.
Misogynistic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We hear these words so much we forgot them.
I'd rather
mean,
forget them.
I would love if she did an interview and she went, no, I just wore that for me. It's like, oh sure.
I wanted to see pancakes.
It's like, yeah, rather than just looking in the mirror after I've got out of the shower, I decided to dress up in transparent clothing for myself.
It's like the discourse surrounding Ariana and Cynthia right now because of like their weight, but it's like people getting mad about it. Like I know like we pick on people and talk crap about like the idiots online and celebrities, but it's actually like scary to see them like that because there's young kids that watch them, right? Like preteens, teenagers, and they think that that's a look, so they're gonna like starve themselves. It's really a thing, but it's not even the same way you would. I think you tweeted something about this, Drew, and I agreed with it. That if somebody was morbidly obese, you would say something about it. If you don't say anything,
Oh
to
yeah,
them,
it's
you're
more
letting them
cruel
kill-
not to.
Yeah, it's more cruel not to, and that's the same thing for how skinny they're getting. It's and I think it does. We talked about this already. I do think that it's definitely an Ozempic thing with the Hollywood people because they all have those weird, like demon-looking hands too. Like they have the really long fake nails. Not just Cynthia, but like you see these celebrities and their fingers they just look weird. Like
I don't like those nails. How do you do
too
anything?
long.
How do you
Too
do
long.
anything with your fingers like that?
I like my nails long, but they're not like.
There's a woman on
Talent.
All's Fair.
Yeah.
There's a woman on All's Fair that's got the big fake nails, and we saw her typing, and she wasn't typing obviously because she couldn't, but she was having to type with a flat hand, so she had to like press her fingers down flatly like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
she
when
couldn't type normally, it was all.
Yeah, when my nails get long, I will have to type like flatter, but like they like this is
so
almost
weird.
long. It's almost long.
It's
for
almost
me.
long.
Oh no, her nails were like we're talking like big, thick, long nails.
Ian said, I was literally typing, she's wearing it so Cynthia grants her eternal life when you brought them up. I summoned Ian. Oh my
I just want them to get sponsored by like KFC or something.
Oh my god.
Well, they'd be like, that's racist if you want to sponsor Cynthia.
She wouldn't turn down the money.
She
Yeah.
might need it.
She'd do anything for money except eat a cheeseburger.
Is Ariana Grande like a vegetarian or a vegan?
I think they all went vegan during the shooting.
Oh, that
Yeah,
that explains. I didn't know they were vegan. Now I don't even think about Ozempic. I think they're just starving to death.
I think Ariana was for a while, if I'm not mistaken. Like even when she didn't look like disgustingly thin, but I don't know. Even what's his name? Oh my gosh, the guy who played the wizard. And he was in
Yeah.
The
Jurassic
Wonderful
Park.
Wizard of Oz. I thought you meant Robert Downey Jr. Iron Deficiency
No.
Man.
Well, yeah.
Well, because he
likes
wasn't on
bugs,
Ozempic,
though.
but he looked like a skeleton as well when he went off meat. It's just
Jeff
what happens.
Goldblum,
Yes.
he definitely did go off meat, but
He's probably back on it now that filming wrapped. He said during filming he did.
Ariana and Cynthia have been vegan for
See,
years,
why-
apparently.
That makes it sound like there's something weird about the set that they all go
Oh.
vegan together.
Yeah, there's been a lot of videos that have come out about like what happened on that set. Like the way I know Cynthia acts weird with her, like for multiple reasons, but they're like, are they trauma bonding? Like, what do they do to them? Because it's not just them now. Like Michelle is like disgustingly thin. Jeff Goldblum went vegan. The one guy, I think he was the one that played Fiero. I think he is taking a break from acting now. And you would think that when you had like your big break on like a really big movie, that's not when you would want to take a break. So it just makes you wonder what the heck happened on that set.
I wouldn't be surprised if the two of them, because they're essentially the main characters, have some kind of like weird social control over people. That's just, no, we're vegan.
like
I can't
Gossip
believe
Girl.
you're eating meat on my set.
I
And
would
so
eat a
everyone,
burger in front of them.
succumbs to the pressure. Because if you just go vegan for a couple of months while you're filming a movie, that's not your choice. That's pressure you've done to. And you know, the moment you go home, you're just like shoveling bacon in your mouth. It's like, no, I'm vegan, I swear.
Oh gosh.
I swear. Yeah, it's weird because you think like that. It's interesting that you brought that up because now I'm going to bring up something from the Batman and the Zoe Kravitz stuff. She like that. Okay. So Vara brought up this point. She's actually a fan of it too, Vara. She didn't dislike the Batman movie or anything, and she liked Zoe Kravitz in it. So, but she had said like she also agrees that line about like the white men like just was not needed, and she.
Well, I didn't
like,
see the movie.
Okay,
It was
well,
in the trailer, and that was it.
yeah, that's what I mean. They put it in the trailer. It's like, why was that added in without that? Like, I don't know. But she made a point that because she's a nepo baby and probably has some pull, that she probably wanted that line in the movie, right? So you saying that just made me think about that. Like that, you're absolutely right about Ariana Grande and Cynthia, since they were the stars. They probably were like, listen, we don't want meat on the set, and maybe they even signed, like it went as far as like there was some kind of NDA sign so that they can't go and say like, hey, I couldn't eat meat because of them, because it makes them look like, I don't know, control freaks or mean girls, whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised if they said that, if they
I
made
think
that like
it's
a
peer
thing.
pressure.
Or peer pressure. Yeah, that's true.
I
Girls
could
be mean.
fully accept if you found on a movie set that the two lead actresses were both vegan and they only wanted like vegan catering on the set at all times. I could fully understand if that kind of situation comes about. But that makes a lot more sense if people have been going vegan than everyone decided to go on Ozempic when they're already slim. That was always
That's crazy.
strange.
That's very
Ariana
crazy.
should not go on Ozempic. Like the amount of bone loss that she could go through and break her bones. Same thing with Cynthia. Like it would be so bad. Everybody's so
No,
skinny.
they need a drip of like cow
Because
fat.
the reason why just a little drip could get that muscle mass.
Well, they
back
just
up.
need like a
Just an
constant
injection.
constant flow of calories. They need it like they need pusho suction.
An IV. They need like an IV hooked up with just straight calories.
It's not liposuction. Yeah, it's not liposuction. It'd be lipo blowing. It'd just be like when they fire the fat into
lipo
you.
injections.
It's like, yeah, we're just covering you in fat. That's what we did.
We need
Yes.
to have you need to gain more weight. And I mean, like you could see her rib cage, and that's
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard for anyone to get, as well as
Mhm.
her collarbone and where her shoulder meet, that bony protrusion. Again, another really difficult bone to see. So
I thought pop music stars were about to start like staging an intervention and raising money for her. It got to a stage where you're like,
oh my
was it?
god.
I can't remember where I saw it, whether it was the real BBC or whether it was on FNT.
I thought it was BBC.
Yeah, there was like a children in Africa are raising money just so that we can feed her a burger.
For Ariana Grande. I was
Yeah.
like, we don't have enough food here, but you look like you're worse. Oh my god.
But yeah, so Batman, I don't think anybody really cares. I know, like, I didn't mind her actually as Catwoman. Like that line was
She doesn't
very
look
annoying.
like Catwoman.
but
She
she's
just looks
Michelle-
like an angry lesbian. That's all.
Well,
I've seen
but-
pictures of her, and she doesn't look like Catwoman at all.
She's not. So Michelle Pfeiffer, I think, is always going to be my favorite Batman. Just like Christopher Reeve will always be my favorite Superman. Like those two roles are like, as far as like superhero, whatever movies, comic movies, probably aren't going to be topped. But I didn't mind her in this, but I'm not like heartbroken that she's gonna go. I think that Zoe Kravitz is pretty. That's one thing. Like, okay, at least they got someone that like is not like some just garbage looking human. But anyways, her mask was really stupid too. Like that was dumb. That was I'll
stitched
definitely get
mask?
it is, so I didn't like that. But the thing is, because you guys we watched Penguin, right? Disparu? The Penguin show. Well, you know
I
how
saw
they tied her in with Sophia Falcone, right? So they're making it seem like, I don't know if Sophia is going to play a big role at all, even in the second Penguin series that they're doing. But
They
they
didn't
put
tie
that
it in Penguin, did they? I can't remember
They-
Catwoman in Penguin.
Yeah, well, she sent a letter at the end when Sophia was in jail and like revealing
Oh.
that they're sisters. They have the same
Oh, I
dad.
forgot about that
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, so they did that. It's not that it's like a huge thing, but I'm just wondering, since like they're just starting out with this Batman, that was year 2 Batman, and you introduce Catwoman, it'd be kind of weird to take her out. So I think they're going to recast, and I'm okay with that as long as they do a good recast. I just can't see them completely removing her from the story because they already introduced her. So it's like, why would Catwoman not be in Gotham? And she's a pretty big part of Batman's story. I don't know, but you guys seen who is joining the cast, right? I don't know who she's gonna be because ScarJo has already done that whole like I don't want to be overly sexualized because I'm getting older now, whatever crap. But she's
it's
joining
difficult
it.
at this point.
So she would be a good like choice to play like Vicky Vale or something like that. Like I would say possibly Poison Ivy because they could make. It's not like she's like 70 years old. Like they could dress her up to still look good, but she's like already voiced.
Willing
That's
to
what I
do
mean.
it either.
That's what I mean. She's not willing to do it. So it's like, who is she gonna come on as? Like some reporter or something? Like
she could be like Poison Ivy's mom, and then you actually get a proper Poison Ivy. Like,
yeah.
Scarlett Johansson then to a point in time where she is no longer the attractive person that wears skimpy clothes. She's their mom.
That's a good point, Sean. Maybe she will be someone that's attached to the Court of Owls, but she's not going to be sexy in it, which is like, it's so stupid. Like, own it. Look at Sofia Vergara. She's older, but she's still very hot, and she don't care. She uses her assets still. She doesn't cry about, like, using her body to get further in Hollywood, her looks. You know what that is, right? Sofia Vergara?
Yeah.
I know you do.
I imagine if I search for her.
Search for her.
Well, it's like Salma Hayek. Like, Salma Hayek can still be sexy, but she has a more, like, she's taking older roles, but that's part of aging in Hollywood. But ScarJo is like, ugh, I hated that they did this to me, blah, blah, blah. But you were enjoying that paycheck.
She has to be like she has to be like that
Barbara.
because a 20-year-old will take those roles. So she has to try and go, oh no, it's wrong to hypersexualize people because you can't hypersexualize her. She's too old for it. You would do it with a 20-year-old. And so she has to essentially pull the ladder up behind herself and go, no, actually, I think you should be hiring middle-aged women. And then as she ages, she'd be like, actually, I think there aren't enough roles for 60-year-old women. And she will just constantly move the age up to what gets her the most work. The simple fact is, there are age groups of what you can do as a woman in different roles, and those are the roles you take. So you start off, you're the TNA character, then you age out of that, you become their mom, then you age out of that, you become the granny. This is just what people do in Hollywood.
It's the cycle. And, we all age. It's something that you have to accept, except she doesn't want to.
Like, this is also the problem Hollywood's got with action heroes for men, is that there comes a point where just a man beating people up becomes a bit stupid, and so they also need new generations of action heroes. But what's happened in Hollywood, everyone's aged up. Yeah, and what's like that
Jackie
actor
Chan.
himself, he himself is falling apart. They say when he's limping around on the scene, that's not him putting it on, that's just how he walks. And so he always looks as if he's just being beaten up.
He's a national treasure.
He's like in his 50s or something. Isn't he almost 60?
Yeah.
Like,
and didn't he get injured during The Matrix?
He's been injured during everything. I know during The Matrix, he said he used to, after he was done with the scene, he would sit in a bath of ice. And at one point, Trinity walked past, like, what are you doing? Says, the sequel, you'll find out. Because that's when she started doing long fight scenes. And then she went, it does help. It actually helps a lot.
Oh, no. Well, it does help with inflammation. But, yeah, you just need to do the thing that Jackie Chan does, even Jet Li at the time. You have to take a sensei role or just, someone who isn't as part of the action. Someone like Jackie who does his own stunts.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever watched, I remember on like the VHS and DVDs, because my brother was big into Jackie Chan, so I watched a lot of Jackie Chan movies when I was little. Like Mr. Nice Guy, for example, I remember that I think like all of his movies had like the reels at the end playing after credits or during credits, like where the stunt would like go wrong and he like really hurt himself. And it's like, oh my gosh. And he would just like get up and like kind of limp away. And it's like, oh my God, like how did he even get up after that? I don't mean to laugh because like, ow, but I mean, he kept going with it. So like, trooper. But
I saw one where he was fighting with a ladder. And he was jumping in through the ladders and spinning it around and stuff. And at one point, like his legs up here, he's over here, he's fallen backwards. It's like just strangled in it. But I think it wasn't he raised for the circus? And so essentially they just made him do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And if he just failed, they just made him do it again. So his entire life has been kind of that same kind of training.
He's also
Yeah.
Asian too, so you know
They're
how
flex-
them parents are
They're-
like.
yeah. But like real quick, actually, because I don't think we covered this. We can just do this real quick. Rush Hour 4 is reportedly considered a terrible idea as massive 100 million budget is
Oh.
revealed.
That budget's too big.
That's way too
Uh-huh.
big. I know people are going to be excited for it, right? But when did 3 even? I don't remember. 3 came out like in the early 2000s, I think. That's a big budget. Like because that's the budget, right? And when they share that number, it doesn't always include like the marketing and everything.
2007.
Or reshoots. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
So that was like almost 20 years ago, and the budget for Rush Hour 3 at the time was 125 million. So it's actually lower. Although
wow,
it says
okay.
up to 180 million, so it's there's no actual.
Oh.
The thing
And-
is, though, when you're doing like 1, 2, and 3 of a successful franchise, you already have previous box office numbers to go off to kind of roughly guess where you're going to land. It's an old IP, but you're in an entirely new cinema area where movies are flopping all over the place. You're in a completely unknown zone with an IP you don't know if it's popular anymore. You should do like a
Yeah.
test movie,
Ooh,
not
he's 71.
a big budget movie.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan
or like
71.
I could totally see like if they could test the waters with like a short film or a short movie or something like that. I think that would be a lot more successful than, you know, jumping out with a budget that big. And the last film when it went worldwide, the worldwide gross was 258 million. So it's actually
Oh, so it already lost money.
yeah, I guess. But we're also that time 2007 people were buying VHS DVDs and Blu-rays, so
Yeah.
they were making a lot of money in that sense, whereas they're not doing that nowadays, so you can't rely on that for income. I don't know, I think it's a bad idea to have such a big budget. And I mean, we all like Jackie Chan.
Mhm.
And which Chris is this?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
There's too many Chris's.
Sorry.
He's only 54. I mean, I say that because in comparison to Jackie Chan being 71, almost 20-year age difference. But he doesn't do
Wow.
stunts like Jackie Chan does. So
Jackie
Well, see,
Chan
I
can
wanted
barely
to-
do stunts.
he shouldn't. He's 71. They shouldn't have him do.
To
any
be fair,
stunts.
they can use a stunt actor for
Yeah,
Jackie Chan, and
they
no one will
should.
know the difference.
Mm-mm. And it'll be respected because his entire career he did his own stunts and he got hurt really bad.
Oh yeah,
So
people
you
like
think
him.
he's in his 70s. Like, do you want him to live or what? Like, let somebody younger do the stunts for him.
Yeah,
I want this to be successful. I love the Rush Hour movies. I remember
they're great.
just loving them. Let me catch up on supers here real quick. Donna, thank you for gifting a membership. And Psychotic Mongoose also gifted a membership. Thank you. And John Thomas became a member. Thank you so much, John. And Shane Muniz for 10 says shoulders. Yep. One day we'll get disperused for you. Don't worry. Actually, no, we did. The one day he was like, there you go. That was a one-time offer. It expired already. I'm sorry. You had to be there for that one. It's too cold. If he shows his shoulders, he's going to get cold. It's cold over there in the UK.
Get frostbite.
Yeah, he'll get frostbite. Daniel Steele for 5. Hello, all. So on my YouTube wrap up, Wick is my most watched channel this year. Wild. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. John Thomas. I already got that one. Thank you, John. Andrew Matthews. Thank you for the 2. The Babylon B video, Feed Ariana, was great.
Oh, it was Babylon B. Yes.
I think I might have saw that. Carlos Lima, thanks for the 5. You guys are too nice. Rachel Zegler is not attractive at all. Anyways, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I think she's fine. Like, it's not like she's a bombshell, but I don't think she's ugly.
You have to compare her to the rest of Hollywood. That's your issue now.
There you go.
And there's a lot of
Fair point.
people in Hollywood who are 3s, and that's why they've got a job. There's actually people who would have been cast, and like the casting agents have gone, we can't hire you. Why? You're too attractive.
Well, look at
Like,
Disney when
attractiveness
they
became a penalty.
with the Rapunzel casting, saying I don't think that Sabrina Carpenter is too attractive to play Rapunzel. If anything, I think they should go higher. But they're saying she was too pretty to play Rapunzel because they want her to look more mid, more like normal. It's like a Disney princess is not supposed to look mid and normal. They're supposed to be extra beautiful.
One of the most
and
beautiful.
All actresses, because your job is to get
Yeah.
people into the cinema, and the way you get people into the cinema is by looking good. Nobody wants to watch somebody that could just be doing a normal job in the high street. They want to see something better.
Yeah.
They want to strive for something to work towards, or just imagine or fantasize. That's what being at the cinema is for.
It's just
Escapism.
it's a visual medium. So if you have a choice between looking at attractive people or ugly people, why would you ever not choose the attractive people? And it's only just your own ego, essentially. It's like, no, that person makes me feel lesser. It's like, well, maybe you are. Maybe this is a you problem that you need to get over. Meanwhile, everyone else can just look at the hot people.
Yeah, don't put your problems on me, Sharon.
Well, there was that, that AI actress that I can't remember what her name is, but she went around periodically. Yeah. Her creator said she used to be more attractive, but we thought she was too attractive, so we toned her down to give her that girl next door look because she wouldn't get jobs if she was too attractive. I'm like, that actually says more about Hollywood than anything else. This is an AI. You can make it anything. It's like, no, I wanted her to be, a bit of a dog.
Yeah. And Hollywood is just full of women, because women are too nice to say that you're not attractive.
Well, they lie. They make you not attractive.
Yes.
Have you seen the Sydney Sweeney thing with the actress in the new movie next to her? And Sydney's like, no, I haven't had any surgery done. I think it's her. I haven't had any surgery done. I'm scared of needles. I don't want anything from my face. So she, no, you can take pills for that. There is like anxiety pills, and then I'll tell you what you can have done, and you can have loads done, and you'll look way better for it. And you can see this woman sabotaging Sydney Sweeney to her face, on camera.
Of course,
because she
is better.
Yeah, there was a clip I saw today, and this is Hollywood to a T. So let me share this. This is attractiveness, girls placing where they are on attractiveness scale.
This comes around regularly, yeah.
Least attractive to most attractive.
She stands like a dad looking at someone turn around in their driveway.
I would say that's almost exactly opposite.
Yeah.
I would put 4 in front of 5 and then flip it.
Yeah, so I think they ended up doing...
The men do it. And the men get the accurate one.
So they're like 4 and 5 flip. And so, yeah, the least attractive was the most attractive. It's crazy. Men versus women.
Yeah.
And if you watch the full video of that, the women are like, no, you're really attractive. And they look at the attractive one and go, down there.
You're like so pretty. Go to the end.
Well, they start talking about, well, it's your personality, and so your personality's nothing to do with attractiveness, dear. Calm down.
Calm down. SCD, thank you for the 5. Hail to the contemporary. Free run check-in. How are you liking it so far? How are you all liking it so far? Disprove, get through the slice of life to indiscriminate demon murder. I
am halfway through because I checked. I think I'm on episode 4. Or finished episode 4.
Oh, wow.
I got to the good stuff. I got to the part that made the lefties mad, and I was like, it's not that deep. It's not that. I mean, it's a good episode. I mean, but like for them to get mad, and I got to that part. I think it was because
they see those people and think that's me. That's how I act. It is that deep. That's why they're against it.
And they're evil, and like even in this, like not spoiling anything for you. Like you're almost there. I think it's episode 6, possibly where it like starts like getting to that part and picking up where I think you'll be more interested in it. Not that you're not, but like where the speed goes up more and like there's the demons in it. They literally have just like no feeling at all, like a demon would. They don't have souls, so they don't care, and they'll mimic things. Like they show a scene where there's a demon child that like and it's like a flashback, and it's about to get killed, and it's like says mommy or whatever, and she asks like, why do demons don't have like, you don't grow up in a family dynamic, so why do you say that? And the demon kid is like, oh, because that's like what humans say.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like no emotion at all.
Mimic human behavior in order to essentially benefit from them and exploit your kindness,
your emotions, and
for their own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how is that not the perfect descriptor? No wonder they're like, that's me. It's like, I agree.
I agree. No feelings.
Because I did look it up ages ago, and it said that the demons evolved from being like creatures that would cry for help in the darkness to lure the humans into it. And it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Because there's like I'll wait till you get there. We'll talk about it when you get there. But I would actually like to because I'm really getting into it. And I want X-Ray to watch it too. Yeah, I think you'll like it. Ask Kara. She knows like what your style is. She'll probably tell you to watch it. She was so excited, almost like flipped out of her chair practically when I said I was watching it. She likes Frieren.
There's so many good animes right now. I just finished Kaiju number 8.
Oh,
That's good. Yeah.
And then I'm going through Jujutsu Kaisen right now, so it's slowly
awesome.
happening.
You'll get
Slowly,
there.
okay?
You'll get there. And once you start, you'll probably just like binge because the episodes aren't that long. So especially if you're like on a trip
No.
flying or something, you could download a few episodes to get through it.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's nothing. She won't even fall asleep because it's usually like the 20-minute mark that she does fall asleep. So she'll make it through at least one episode. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. It must have been so hard to go vegan on set when you could see her ribs and fancy the nipple. Ian.
Especially for Cynthia Erivo, she could see like the veins pumping in her neck. That was a bit.
Oh my god.
All right. A couple more, then we will continue on. John Thomas, thank you for being a member for 21 months. Wow, almost 2 years. Sorry, Wicked, but Julie Newmar is top Catwoman, though Pfeiffer is a close second. Third is Lee Merriweather. Fourth, Eartha Kitt. And fifth, Anne Hathaway. Julie Newmar, hey, don't be sorry. It's your opinion. I love Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, but Julie Newmar was pretty good. They're all good. I wasn't the biggest fan of Anne Hathaway, but
She looked good in it, though, at the very least.
She looked good, yeah. And Carlos, thank you for the 5. I don't trust modern Hollywood. I don't want to see Jackie and Chris training their female alphabet mafia replacements. Leave Rush Hour alone. I hope that's not what happens. Oh, I hope not. But you're...
I could see them teaming them up with like a third partner.
Yeah, it's fair to...
the next gen.
not trust them. Yeah. All right. So... what are your guys' opinions here on Netflix? I'm pretty sure that it's like a solidified here because Netflix has officially announced that they are acquiring Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion. Claims they will continue to release films in theaters. CEO teases that theatrical length for films will likely be shorter because long exclusive windows aren't consumer friendly. It's the TikTok generation. Some of us still want, like, it depends if it's good. Like would you want Lord of the Rings to be cut shorter?
No, that's not what he means. He doesn't mean shorter movies. He means the time that it's exclusively in cinemas before it hits streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one, okay, never mind.
And I think that if cinemas only exist because they're allowed to hold movies hostage and nobody else, because if they didn't, nobody would go to cinemas. You don't have a business model. It is anti-consumer. You are exploiting. It's the same thing with console exclusives. If your console only exists because you keep games from other people on their platforms, you don't have good hardware. You've just stolen IPs essentially. You're holding things to ransom, which is anti-consumer. When it comes to theater windows, like if Netflix went, we're releasing things on Netflix and in the cinema at the same time. You can watch them where you want. If you've got a problem with that, you know that cinemas are crap. You just want them to be there because you want people to like watch it the way that you want them to, rather than the way that they enjoy it the most.
I really liked the model when they had the cinema release, but then you could pay a premium and watch it from home, like a rental. I liked that. Like, you know, if I were to go to like the theaters like if you were to go on a date, how much would that cost for 2 tickets? That would be like $15 each, $30. So maybe I have a ticket price of $30 to rent the movie on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then watch it like that. I don't know. I prefer that.
Something like that, yeah. Because like some people maybe can't leave the house, so that's a good point. But I'm glad you explained that to me because I literally, and there were a few people in the chat too that were like, "Wait, shorter?" I thought I meant shorter movies, and I'm like, "Come on."
I am also for shorter movies. I think 90 minutes is what a movie should be.
Oh my god! Avatar is going to be way too long. Was it 3 hours?
Is it like 3 hours 20 minutes? Yeah.
Ugh. I need to pee like twice in that time.
Twice.
That'd be like 20 times a day. That'd be insane.
You know, it's sometimes every hour. Okay, depends on how much. It's a problem. But I think there's pros and cons, of course, to Netflix having WB, and I think having a lot of things under the same streaming service sounds kind of cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But just as Disney fudge. Just as when Disney,
I'm making a really impactful point
Extreme
here.
close-up.
just when Disney bought Hulu, what happened? The price doubled. So I'm actually a little afraid of seeing what's going to happen with this acquisition if this does go through. What the price of Netflix is going to be, because it will increase, but just how much of the increase, no idea.
Thanks for letting us know, Jay.
We have some. He's gonna install a catheter before he goes in.
Just make sure you don't
He's not
drink
missing
that
any
cup.
of it. Oh gosh, please don't.
But we have some clarification on what Netflix's plan is. They say they'll keep HBO Max around, so there'll be separate platforms that you can subscribe to individually, which would mean the price doesn't necessarily need to go up. There were some theories that one of the ways they might get around, like the Trump admin vetoing everything, is will actually give people a price cut. Or make, like, there's a few things you can offer, like maybe we'll give people a price cut, maybe we'll make more things in America, that kind of thing. I was just astonished by how many more people hate Netflix buying Warner Brothers than Paramount. Because Paramount, as far as Paramount have pitched it, are utterly, completely, ideologically different than Hollywood. They're all like, this is going to be the MAGA agenda, it's going to be the alpha male empire of Hollywood, he's changing the DNA of cinema. And then Netflix came out, and everyone, it was like you dropped a nuke. You had MPs, there were celebrities, every union's come out over the last 24 hours and said, this is horrific, it needs to be stopped. They're now begging Trump to take action. We've called him a dictator since 2016. Now please be a dictator and do what we want you to. It is kind of an incredible change.
Change their tune.
It is, and they're saying HBO Max will be kept around, and WB/HBO content will be start being added to Netflix. That,
Which
I don't know. Like I agree with
it will be
X-Ray that
eventually absorbed.
yeah, I agree with you that like having everything in one spot would be kind of nice, but how long until they decide like, okay, time to reboot this or add to this story, and then gets the Netflix treatment? You know what I mean? Like
with that, you have to think compared to what. Because
Yeah.
Warner Brothers has already got Black Snape. Warner Brothers is about as woke as they come.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers has already
that's true.
done, what was it, Ride of the Rohirrim? It was a girl boss story where she
Or
got her own
Harem.
father killed.
If they fire
Yeah.
James Gunn, then
Like,
that's
it is
a
a point
bonus.
that all of Hollywood is the same, pushing along the same ideological lines. Netflix isn't special. But what Netflix does is it does have a broad array of content that it gets from a variety of places. And it kind of covers the entire spectrum. You can find incredibly woke stuff, but you will also get really base stuff. Last Samurai Standing, there isn't a hint of that in there at all.
Yeah, they just have a really big catalog. It's like Netflix. Some of it's, some of the stuff is good, and then some is like it just is put in there to fill up the catalog. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. So I guess it's kind of like having cable again. Do you think they're going to raise prices? They're probably most likely going to raise prices.
Oh, if they put themselves more in debt, I mean, 82 billion was it?
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
but I mean,
If they have more IPs that you want to watch, they will see what they can get away with.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
going to go up. But at this point, I do wish that they would just like bring cable back because you have to have all these different services. But so
Well,
HBO
one less
Max
now.
is one of the ones I know. I'm saying HBO Max is one that I watch the most because they have old movies I like. There's shows on there now that I like. Prime and Max are probably the two that I actually watch the most.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Prime too, because like I can rent something, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I haven't seen this, it's $3 to rent. You know what I mean? That's why for Prime. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe it'll end up being cheaper in the long run. I don't know.
I don't
We'll
I
see.
personally, I was surprised how many people have come out like this is the Antichrist buying something. Especially all your Hollywood celebrities and stuff. They seem to have a special hatred for Netflix.
Yeah.
And it seems to come from the fact...
Wait, Hollywood
theaters.
does?
Yeah. All the actors
okay,
came
yeah,
out...
from the theaters. That makes sense.
I think it's because they don't care about the theaters and they treat theaters. I think that the celebrities like the prestige of a theater because to your average guy that watches a movie, it doesn't make any big difference whether you're watching it in a theater or at home. But there is a lack of prestige if you're watching. Hollywood's always looked down on television and gaming. It's like we are the ones that have our own arena. We're on the big screen. Everything needs to be shown on the big screen, and they'll lose all of that. They'll lose the red carpets. They'll lose the premiere if they're just with television.
Look at I forgot which celebrity it was. He said that he thinks that people who have movies that come out just on streaming shouldn't get things like awards. I forgot which award show it was as well, but it's like they really like to pat themselves on the back, and you know,
of course they do.
I feel
And
special.
it's clearly nonsense. What you're actually saying there, if you have to ban streaming movies from your things like the Oscars, you're saying you think they'll win. You're saying actually if it's judged on quality, they'll win. Because if they weren't a threat, if they were just crap sludge, you wouldn't need to ban them. It's because you think they'll take away your prestige, and you'd be like, actually, no, some of these are amazing. And I could see why. There's so many foreign movies that should actually win Oscars over the crap that does. Like, Last Samurai Standing has absolutely incredible swords. And they're not, I doubt they're very realistic because people are swinging swords around like lightsabers. But the choreography and the speed,
looks cool.
Star Wars can't do that anymore. They're on par with like the old Star Wars fights when it comes to like speed. And yeah, Hollywood can't do that kind of stuff. Hollywood wouldn't even put in the training. You wouldn't get a $20 million a movie actor spending that many hours learning the choreography. You'd be like, just CGI or something. I don't care.
Did you guys hear? I've seen like a couple people talking about this. And this reminded me like that they might bring Zack Snyder back. Do you think that's just a rumor? Like if they
Would he go back though?
Well,
probably, what's he doing?
Do Netflix want him to? Because Snyder hasn't exactly been successful for them.
Yeah, Snyder's
but
last three movies sucked.
Yeah, but he does
lost
have
Netflix
a fan
lot
base
of money
when it comes to like the DC stuff. You know what I mean? Did you see the uproar between the Snyder Bros and when the new Superman came out?
Have you heard what Snyder's new thing is?
No.
He's doing a hot lesbian action comedy with is it Tig Notaro or something? Some apparently female comedian in America who was in Star Trek. Who isn't funny. I didn't know she was a comedian. But yeah, they're doing like a hot lesbian action thing now.
Okay, yeah, he's probably not coming back. He's done. He's done.
I have one question. Will there be scissoring?
Oh.
I would
that up.
assume so. My issue is actually that I don't think Tig Notaro knows what a hot lesbian is. Because she certainly didn't turn herself into one.
I don't know who that is.
So, can we see a picture? I don't even know how to spell this name. Like Tig, like Tiger Tig?
Like, oh, that's a woman?
I think I retweeted. This is what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
That reaction.
Hold on.
I think I retweeted. Oh yeah, I found it.
That's her.
Oh.
Oh no.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, apparently that's the wrong.
Like this is the first one I seen. I thought that it was just like an old man.
Yeah.
She looks more like Tom Cruise than.
She looks like Rod Stewart.
Like, this is the thing. Hot lesbians are essentially a fantasy because they don't actually exist. They're just straight women pretending.
Did you want to share a tweet? You said you found something.
Can we get Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried as hot lesbians? I'd rather them two. Which, by the way, I cannot wait to watch that movie next week.
I'm gonna go see it.
So Zack Snyder and Tig Notaro. I didn't actually know that was a whole name. I thought it was her last name. Are writing a hot lesbian action movie together. The comedian says, "What if we just went for it and everyone's a hot Zack said, "Oh my god, yes, let's make that movie." I can imagine that being his reaction.
Yes, Queen.
It's a Hollywood project. Process of putting the script together. We have the name of the film, and then it just says hot lesbian action. That's how I sold it on Zoom. See, that's what Hollywood used to be, though. You'd just be like, look, what if everyone in this movie was hot and not wearing very much? Like, yes, $60 million.
I hope so. Oh my god.
As of now, the movie is called Deviance.
Are you sure this is not a corn? Like, this could just be a corn. I mean,
it'd sell more tickets.
Hurts, I didn't know that about you. Okay.
That's what he's doing now. After his last movie had them doing a lot with wheat. So
that's true.
He thought he'd continue the theme.
Disbrew, can you be their hot lesbian consultant?
Oh yeah, Disbrew is like the king of lesbians.
Yeah, they should just like wheel people up to the door and you just be like, no, yes, no, yes. That's all you need. You need a gatekeeper. It's like, no, you're not attractive enough. No.
This is the hot gatekeeper.
Like that
we
reality
had
show Next. Just
No, we had,
Next.
We
You guys remember that
genuinely
show?
had a soap opera that used to cast that way.
Yeah.
It's called Hollyoaks, and Hollyoaks was renowned for everyone on the show being attractive, except for the ugly fat ginger one.
And
she was the one person. And
it wasn't a reality show. It was like an actual like scripted.
It was a soap opera. And the way. The way that they did it, like people would get cast into a room, they'd bring them all into a room, and they would literally go that wall, and they'd separate them on walls, and then they go, you're all going home, and everyone on the left hand side was just hot. That was the first stage of the process.
That's how you know if Disparu ever like disappeared off the internet, and then like there was like a string of movies that came out where like someone that people got
everyone's a 10.
Everyone's a 10, but then like also like all the dumb people got thrown off roof. Like we know where he is. We found him.
He's the gatekeeper.
No, yes, gravity. No.
Gravity. Oh my gosh. Pover 5. Rumi has demon blood, and she's key to sealing the barrier. I don't know what that means.
That might be a K-pop demon hunter, Rumi. Like,
oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I think we got extra.
I mean,
I've seen
just
it,
from
but I don't
conversation, I
remember.
would assume it was a Freerun
like an anime.
reference.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Or is
too.
it Freerun? Is there Rumi in Freerun?
What?
Not as far as I am. Hold on.
I think it's K-pop.
I think it's K-pop.
I mean, she is a demon too, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Or half demon.
Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. This brewed this discusses hot.
Discusses.
Why does that look weird? Did you spell that right? It's discusses? It looked weird to me.
Right. It spelled right.
Discusses hot lesbian action comedy and pretends
it's a shame that X-Ray Girl can't zoom in on your camera, because that would have been the perfect time. It's like, what is it? And she just zooms in. It's the camera zoom of shame.
My brain like started to read it as dissects, and that's like controlled like my.
That's like,
okay.
What was it? Anja Garnton? That's one of those.
Shh, chat, calm down.
It's the zoom of shame. We're killing X-Ray Girl.
Hope it doesn't zoom in now. That would be.
That's it. That was the last we saw of her.
I'm dying.
Sorry.
Just a good job we got it on camera. We've got alibis.
It to be something else. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm like half retarded. You guys know this. I've said it many times.
I think I'm still dying.
Sure, it's just half.
I own it. Okay. All right. Moving on. Everyone, calm down.
If we're moving on to a topic. Speaking of people that don't need to eat a cheeseburger.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, yeah. What the heck is this?
Well, this is Starfleet Academy. Now, after Picard Season 3, they were going to do a spin-off show. Apparently, they lowballed him, I think it was Terra Metalis, that they gave him an offer to say no because they wanted to make this instead. And it was pitched as Harry Potter in space. So rather than essentially the intellectual idea-based where we talk about topics and humanity and morality that Star Trek was, now it's just fat women and feelings.
But
like this is the first few seconds.
Harry Potter was never about this either.
It's right at the start of it, and I've never heard this actress talk. You never want to hear her talk. I don't know whether it's the makeup.
Teacher?
Yes. Okay. She is the species that doesn't physically exist because they are a clone species of men. And so women do not exist in this species, but they had to break canon for her. But I don't know whether it's makeup. She cannot speak. It sounds like she's got a lisp all the time. Then this woman comes over and sounds like she has about 85 IQ. Now, Starfleet Academy is meant to be the best people in the universe. And that means the best of everything. They are the most intelligent. They are the most creative. They are the most fearless. These people can't even stop shoving food in their mouths. This is like they can't even control themselves.
But I didn't take a sip right as you said that.
And yet they're supposed to be going around fighting people in space. Like this is the best people in the galaxy. Can you imagine how much of the galaxy must have been murdered for these people to be the best?
They are the entire galaxy.
And it goes.
Dum,
Oh,
dum.
zoomed into the picture. It's this one.
Talk to me, number.
Shut up.
Who is that?
So, there's a load. It keeps cutting over. Apparently, they go around on a ship, and that is just the school. So you've got all these kids going into dangerous situations and almost dying. That's her there, looking as if she's constipated. But then you come up and I don't know what that was. Oh my god! What are her facial expressions?
That was a weird one. Let's
Look,
never go back there.
she's really concentrating. She's like, no, I've almost finished. Oh, look, what is with the facial expressions of these people? But there's look, he's got noughts and crosses on his face.
Guys, that's tic-tac-toe.
It
Like,
is.
same thing. But this guy's the villain,
That's what I said.
and his line here is I think I put it in the tweet. Not playing.
This is everything that I would
Time-
have thought this is.
Time will always fall in on itself like an origami chicken, and this moment, Captain, is that chicken.
Why does it have to refer to food? Because all I could think about is food. Why is it an
I hadn't
origami
even thought
chicken?
of that.
Why is it a chicken?
I know. Why is it an origami chicken?
She's
Why is
looking
your
at-
origami collapsing in on itself like a
That's why
black hole?
that's why the middle one's looking down like that. She's looking at a cheeseburger or something.
She's like, I'm
like,
looking at my
yeah.
chicken.
Yeah, they're ordering takeaway. That's happening here. It's,
Yeah.
oh, we're getting it delivered.
oh man.
But this is shaping up to essentially be. I think it'd be work. People keep calling it CW. No, CW was actually a proper television show, which was built like a proper television show. Yes, it was very camp. It all had feelings and stuff. It was incredibly woke, but at least it was structured like TV. Hollywood can't even do that anymore. This is just going to be people crying about feelings, like the rest of the Star Trek stuff. And
Yeah.
It's sad to see because I mean I watched the original series and well-built episodes with very low budget, you could tell, but you're not taken out of it because you're just drawn into the story, and then you forgive this like the bad budget. And
Oh, yeah.
you know.
if something's good, it makes you want to forget about the rest. This is why when people go, why are you looking at the fight scenes in Star Wars? It was because, and they go, well, the previous fight scenes were bad. It's like, yeah, but you didn't care. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt because you're immersed in the series. Whereas when something's boring you're looking at details just to try and keep your brain active while you're there. But think about, you're in a spaceship, so size is limited. That's why things like Jeffries tubes were really small, because essentially wasted space, but you needed them to get around the ships. I want to see these people fit down a Jeffries tube. I want to see these people fit into a lift. I want to see both of them, and they have to decide which one has to go down first. Star Trek has always been about solving the big problems, and those are the kind of big problems I want them to deal with.
The big girl problems.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm sorry, you just have to stay there. I imagine by this point, because that was the other thing I noticed, they didn't go down Jeffries tubes or in lifts, they were just beamed over the ship. And you're like, you should probably be able to like beam fat off people, right? Like we do liposuction, they could just beam the fat away from people. Because I did notice someone said, why is she wearing glasses? They can change species, they can change your genetics. Why are you wearing glasses?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's a fair point.
even
maybe
in
it's
the
just like-
boys.
Maybe it's just like Doctor Who, and they're like wearing to look smarter.
It's not working. In the boys, that one chick, was it chick or dude? But the one that transformed, it ended up being like a super
Oh.
fat being. And, you know, of course, they change into versions of being hot or other people if they're working a job. I think you would do that too to be more attractive. But
What?
all logic out
it's
the window.
It's more than that, because these are supposed to be the best people. And so, Star Trek's quite military. They get up at certain time. They're very strictly regimented. They have... Replicators can make an infinite amount of food, but people weren't fat in them because they were better. They had the self-control. They didn't need to be. What you've got here, like, it presents the image of being, like, more slothful. That you're not in control of yourself. And if you're not in control of yourself,
You're a
just not the
glutton.
best... Well, yeah, but you're not the best person. There's maybe nothing wrong with you, but you're not the 0.001% of the galaxy, which is what you needed to be to get into Starfleet.
They need to go to the Pokemon theme park first.
How do they how do they withstand traveling fast too? You have to be fit in order to do that as well,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Or the ships.
Maybe it's like
You would
this,
think.
Maybe it's like The Simpsons, and they're just like, commence jiggling.
Maybe it's more cushion for the cushion.
There's a lot there.
Immense jiggling. Oh my god.
Can you imagine going into warp speed? It's just like...
Just like
It would look so funny. Oh my god.
It would.
Oh.
It would.
Well, it's
All
because
right.
they have fixed sets, so they used to have, I think it was like a 1 to 10 or something, of how severe they had. So like a 1 would just be, oh, that's just a bit of turbulence. Whereas a 10, they'd be falling on the floor and going all over the place. I wouldn't want them to fall over. They'll break the set.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no. Earthquake.
They might be causing. Okay, that might be too mean.
No, go for it. This is Saucy. It's just safe space. Okay, what do I have? Okay, so I'm not gonna share the audio on this because it's just music and I might get hit for it. Not that that really matters, but since we're talking about chunkers, you
Oh my god.
pay
I
less.
saw this and I was like, I want to pay to do this. It's really cheap. Like
Yeah.
it covers rent and food. I'm just saying.
So you
Probably 'cause
paid
there's
less
very
than
little food.
1,000 for 28 days of accommodation, food, and classes to help you lose weight in Chinese fat prison. I'm just sorry that they call it Chinese fat prison. I love that. So let's see. Wait, this what this routine is.
I don't know if this is real, but I liked it.
It probably is.
Well, I imagine they do have fat camps. I think fat camps exist in every country.
Yeah.
It's just that they won't have any... they'll just be able to push you. Whereas over here, be like, well, I don't want to. And they probably can't make you. China could probably make you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most likely.
I mean that food looks actually pretty good too.
It's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
It looks
eat it.
like it's enough
It's
to
hearty.
eat. Yeah.
Well,
It's all the proteins that you probably need and nutrients.
one of the big lies that they tell in the West is like salads is what you should... No, don't eat salads. Like your stomach feels full based on protein, not salad. You should be eating meat so you feel full and not hungry all the time. Because it's one of the things, if you feel hungry, you probably will cheat. Whereas if you feel full, you won't need to. And you'll get into the habit of not needing to.
Do you guys
So
remember?
giving them like stew is way better.
Yeah, like meat fills you up. It's protein is very important. Do you guys remember the show The Biggest Loser? I never actually watched it, but I know what like the premise of it was.
Oh.
You had there was two coaches that went against each other at two, maybe more than two, but I'm pretty sure it was just
There was
two.
two. There was the
There was
guy
just
and the
two?
girl. The girl was Jillian Michaels. I forgot
Yes.
what the dude's name is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they would
Was
go
Ezra
against
Miller
each
in it?
other. No, he probably
No.
wasn't even
Oh.
probably like how old is
I
Wrong
just always
type of-
see him as a massive loser. So I was
Wrong
like,
type of loser.
Well, no,
Just-
it's The Biggest Loser, and you would like they had two groups, and the coaches would have to go against each other on like according to I think it was like a group weigh-in. Eventually, they would do so. Whoever lost, like whose group lost the most weight in a certain amount of time, like okay, you won that week or what. I didn't watch it, but I know like kind of like what it was about. It was something like that, and then like whoever lost the most weight, like single person, won The Biggest Loser, and I think there's probably like a money prize or something. But a lot of
they
stuff
should
has
do
come
a
out.
sequel where it's just the champions have to face off to lose even more.
Oh
Just-
my god.
But the second one is just who survives wins.
Then we get Ariana and Cynthia.
He's just wheeled
Oh,
out on
no,
like a
like-
hospital bed with like bones. He's like, well, congrats, you've won a ticket onto Wicked 3. And he's like, "Yeah."
They got walkers because they can't even walk because they're just
Oh
bones.
my gosh. Did you see the documentary?
Which documentary?
The Biggest Loser. There's a Biggest Loser.
No.
documentary.
So I watched someone I watched that does like really good video essays talked about it. So that's what I know from it. I actually didn't watch the documentary though, but
okay,
she
okay.
mentioned it. She mentioned it in there, and there was a lot of like did you watch the documentary?
Yeah, I did.
And there was a lot of like bad stuff happening behind the scenes, right? Like people taking medication and like
unhealthy weight loss.
an unhealthy weight loss. Because like when you do it like in a certain like unhealthy way, you can gain it back very easily.
We had a something like that, but ours was like Fat Cam or something. And there was this guy who won, I think it was Britain's Got Talent. He was some kind of singer, but he was massive. But he could do opera. He was amazing at opera, but he was just massive. And they would have like an army guy scream at you as if you were just entering the military kind of thing. And he was doing sit-ups, except his sit-up would be he would raise his head a bit. That's the only thing he would do.
So he looked like a seal trying to like roll over. Just
well, he was just raising his head and like, do a sit-up. He's like, I am doing a sit-up. It's like ridiculous.
As far as I can go.
Well, no, I think he wasn't really trying was the kind of thing. But he would eat whatever he wanted all week. And then on the final day, he would just starve himself for like 24, 48 hours. And he would probably, I'd have to Google him. He would lose massive amounts of money just by not eating for a day.
Wow. Well, and I think the hard part with that, back to kind of like the documentary that I've learned, because when you're in this setting,
Wow, he's
you're
55 now. I've never seen him look like this. I am old.
Is he fatter? Because a lot of people regain the weight because they're so they don't know how to balance their life. When they're concentrated on losing weight, they're good at it, but when they go back to normal life, they can't handle it.
Yeah,
I don't think it is this guy. Unless I just have a bad memory of what he looked like.
He could do opera, but he was massive just for his cultural
He was massive. He was the size of the earth. I'm surprised he didn't make us sink.
Yeah.
Ricky Waller?
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
So let's see what he looked like. I love that Ian knows.
No, that's the guy. Yeah.
They share a brain sometimes. Ian and
maybe they're the
Disparu.
same person.
Maybe. Disparu's locked in right now, though. Is he looking him up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture.
I have an Instagram. Oh wait, this is definitely not him.
I found a picture of him.
Uh-oh.
Except this is him in 2025. So that's him now. He was much bigger then. But he's that size now. Yeah.
You need skin surgery or something for that when you lose that much weight too.
Remember Fat Bastard from Austin Powers? And he's like, my throat looks like a
metric ton.
I'm gonna say it.
You know, when I was a kid, I had no idea that was Michael Myers.
You're like, man, all these actors are hilarious.
Roles.
Yeah.
I found a picture of him from Pop Idol. That's what he was on.
Oh, okay. And that was a British thing?
Yeah, I mean, we started those kind of shows and then sold them over there. It's like it was Britain's Got Talent was the
first one. Oh my god!
That was
this was early. Now, that was early.
I'm assuming that's how many stones he weighed at the time.
Wow. Yeah, that's that's where American Idol got started then, because it looks exactly like American Idol except Pop Idol.
Wow.
Yeah. It was our guy that came up with him. He does America's Got Talent. You'd know him. He's one of the judges.
That's Simon Cowell, right?
It's his show.
Dude, what happened to his face?
Surgery.
Simon Cowell?
Have you seen him lately?
He says that he does blood transfusions or whatever, his own blood.
Okay, Jan. Sure,
probably,
Jan.
And a lot of surgery. I
sure.
could see him having basically everything done.
I mean,
he's
like
so the male version of
It's a no from me.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh my god. Okay, looking at like these pictures. Oh dang.
Hold on.
These dogs are really cute. No, I have his Instagram.
You go for it then.
He just immediately got hungry.
The doggies are so cute, but looking at his face, he doesn't even look like the same human anymore. He can't even smile. What the heck? Although we don't see him smile often, to be fair.
I mean, his skin's so tight. He's like naturally looks like the Joker in the first place. It's all just pulled backwards.
I just don't understand that. I know, like, Hollywood will get you whatever, but like, my goodness.
Well, not him, because his brand has never been about beauty in the first place.
No, he was always like a music producer, right? Because he turned down Britney Spears, and like people used to like mess with him over that because like she became one of the biggest pop stars of all time, and he turned.
Look at the hair. He definitely went to Turkey.
He's almost certainly had plugs and stuff.
And
because
then you could tell.
If you lose that much hair, it goes back in a Nintendo.
His forehead,
GameCube controller.
His forehead looks like it's been pulled back, and then he's got Botox.
It looks like he had a widow's peak put in.
And then
look for the hair.
The neck is where it shows
had
the age.
widow's peak put off because you can see the top there, but it should go back further. But he's like, no, I don't want the widow's peak. And someone probably went, Yeah, but it'll look weird, and this is why they look non-human. Is because when you see wrinkles on the rest of your face, but not the forehead, your brain goes, "That's not right. There's something wrong there."
Look at his neck.
You get a creepy feeling because it's like a self-defense mechanism. You know something's wrong, and so danger is possibly there, and so you get a creepy feeling from everybody.
Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, it looks so strange. His forehead isn't moving. Look at when he raises his eyebrows. His skin doesn't move.
His entire face is a different shape. It's very weirdly puffy in places, like he's had fillers in his cheeks and stuff. It's very strange.
It's like I always go back to the Robin Williams stand-up on the Broadway one where he talks about like women getting, it's usually women, but getting the Botox. He's like, you look like you've had a slight coma, but you're beautiful. Like, because he's like, you also have no expression. He's trying not to laugh like when he does it. And
oh God, it's even worse here, the hair.
That's kind of crazy because I've seen like Steve, I haven't seen Steve Carell in a while, but when he first started The Office, if you looked at the first season of The Office, Steve Carell was balding, but then when he got the money, he got proper plugs put in because it doesn't look like they're plugs. And maybe Simon Cowell was balding more. I feel like if you're only balding a little bit, if it's like for some reason that maybe isn't like actual like male pattern baldness, because other reasons can happen, and you just like are losing a little bit, but like the rest of your hair is fine, you get plugged, sure, whatever. But I think maybe Simon overdid it.
Well,
and
someone
the
did.
lighting's not helping.
No,
someone did a video of Elon Musk, and they like through the ages, and they put in his net worth by the side at each age, and I think Elon retweeted it with the message, "Isn't it amazing? Your money, the wealthier you are, your hair grows back." He'd just gone through multiple hair plugs, like you could see his hairline growing down his head.
He at least doesn't lie about it. Like, and one thing real quick here, I'm not going to click on it because it's a video, but this right here, the then and the now, like, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see that, it's like, whoa. I don't know about this. I think this one's just like a joke. But
what happened to his eyebrows?
That's what I mean. Like,
they're higher up. They definitely pulled his head back.
He looks like he got into a boxing match.
Yeah, there are times they go through like chemical peels and stuff, so there are times where you'll see them and their face will be puffy. This is one of the things which Tom Cruise goes through. Sometimes people can't recognize Tom Cruise in his own pictures, and it's because apparently he has very deep chemical burned skin peel thing, and so his face just like expands periodically.
The stuff that Hollywood will do, like the blood stuff and
share what I've shared. This is the weirdest clip of him. Why does he clap as if he's got baby T-Rex arms?
He's like
maybe he can't move his shoulders.
You get those filled too.
Hello, I'm clapping, but I'm also scared of being around people.
I have to be delicate.
Oh yeah, he's very camp, but entertainment is kind of what you expect.
Yeah.
Wow. He's so different. I wonder if he still gets angry like he used to back in the day.
I don't know if he does. You can't tell unless he raises his voice because he can't have any expression on the face.
It's always been his brand, but there is a thing. So you had him, you have Gordon Ramsay. I think there was other people as well, but there was an entire couple of decades where American TV was basically importing British people to shout at you. It was very strange.
You're like, we want to be yelled at.
Can we just have a British person to insult us for a bit on Saturday nights?
Yeah, that was a thing. Like, and everyone still likes to share the idiot sandwich. Which one?
Such a great meme.
The idiot sandwich one? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
My favorite was all the memes where they were like, "You put so much oil into this, America's going to invade."
But the idiot sandwich one, that was actually Julie Chen from like Big Brother. It wasn't him actually. I think some people didn't realize that, and they thought that he like made someone say that I'm an idiot sandwich with like 2 pieces of bread on her head. But it was Julie Chen, the host of Big Brother. But it's still a funny meme.
She actually said that. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah, because it was like I don't know what they were doing, some kind of like parody thing, and he was like, "Say you're an idiot sandwich." She's like, "I'm an idiot sandwich." He's got 2 pieces of bread on her. Not Disparu. I almost said Disparu Lima. Well, I mean that is your son. Thank you for the 2. My father, Disparu, is base as F. Yep.
Yes.
We know.
Actually, your mother, because technically he's a lesbian.
I could be both.
It's 2025. I can
multitask.
It's 2025. How dare you?
Yes.
Margaret Reality, thank you for the 10. I honestly believe that President Trump is going to step in on this Netflix WB merger. Matt, is it Geitz? How do you spell it?
Gets.
Getz? It is just Getz? Okay. Has called for it, and Christopher Nolan is rumored to be opposed to it as well. There was a few, actually, once we get through a couple of these, there's a bunch that I'll bring up that we kind of like glossed over the Netflix WB merger. We have a few other things to bring up for
there was
that.
a load of people doing it, and there is a lot of people now. It started with people going, well, Netflix and Warner Brothers are really confident that they'll go through. And then as time's gone on, people have been going, actually, I don't think this is going to get through. The EU said they don't have a problem with it, or some source close to it has said. But I think there was someone on Fox said that the people they've talked to in the Trump administration said it's definitely not getting through. They really don't like it.
Yeah, but Netflix is very confident about it.
Thank you.
Netflix and Warner Brothers, yeah. And the thing is, if it fails, Netflix has to pay like $6.3 billion, even if the government turn it down.
Yeah. So what's this? Here?
Okay, so Netflix Warner Bros. Merger is an anti-monopoly nightmare, says Elizabeth Warren. Netflix Warner Brothers would create one massive media giant with control of close to half of the streaming market, threatening to force Americans into higher subscription prices and fewer choices over what and how they watch, while putting American workers at risk. Under Donald Trump, the antitrust review process has also become a cesspool of political favoritism and corruption, she said. The Justice Department must enforce our nation's anti-monopoly laws fairly and transparently, not use the Warner Brothers deal to invite influence peddling and bribery. I mean...
What I'll say is if you want the government to do something, slandering them in your own comment isn't probably the way to get them on side.
No. And my question is like, so this deal is something that doesn't suit well for you. So why haven't other monopolies buying other monopolies been an issue ever? Like I've never really heard of anyone been like, oh my gosh, I'm not okay with this buying this.
Yeah, I mean, look at Disney. They arguably own most of like not entertainment, but I mean that what is it? Fox, obviously Disney stuff, Lucasfilm.
This is
MCU.
One of the things. It depends how you define it. So in there, she very specifically said the streaming market, because Netflix is the biggest streamer. Whereas Netflix is trying to pitch themselves as, well, no, you don't understand. We're against places like TikTok and YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. So they're trying to widen it out to as many different platforms as possible, and she's trying to narrow it down. You're going to find a lot of framing when it comes to market share percent. But with me, the way I view monopolies is if you own so much, you get to dictate rules onto other people. So like Google is essentially a search engine monopoly because they own nearly vast amounts of traffic, and nobody can really have the money to do anything else because they also own the ad network, which makes it possible to have such a good search engine. But nobody's really stopping Disney from making streaming shows. They just make crap shows. Netflix isn't big because they're engaging in some kind of monopolistic tactics to oppress other people. They just make better stuff than everybody else. So I don't think you should be punished for success.
That's a fair point. Yeah, and it is funny that she's, trying to stop it, but at the same time, like she's against it, and the people that she's saying could stop it, she's gonna insult them. Like, okay,
it's the exact people she hates, and the fact that she needs to lean on them, it probably makes her feel disgusted.
Probably because they never like to admit when they're wrong. But I can see the point, but it's like higher subscriptions. But okay, so if Netflix owned a bunch of these properties like Warner Brothers and the subscription price goes up, I mean, it might end up still costing the same as if you have all these separate streaming services. Like if it's just put into one and it's like what, like 20, 30 a month versus having like 4 different ones at like 10, 20 a month. I mean, I'm not saying it's be better. I don't know. Like there's no like, I don't feel like there was a singular person or a company that was interested in buying Warner Brothers. And I'm like, yes, them, except for maybe Universal. But like I said, that's also like part of like, it'd be cool to see some of this stuff at the theme parks. And I'm like, is that the lesser of the evils? I don't really know.
Well,
it's all
remember,
just Hollywood and, they're all corrupt. So
Netflix, I say they don't have theme parks. I think they do have the odd physical location, but they're not really interested in theme parks. I could see Netflix licensing out content to other theme parks.
Yeah, like they probably would do Universal because Netflix isn't going to want to work with Disney. That's you know what I mean?
It's a way to make money, honestly.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why not.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a few things to bring up here.
I was gonna say Netflix is so confident about this merger that they sent me an email.
Oh yeah, you want to bring that up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was a press release as well.
Yeah. So we recently and underlined announced that Netflix will acquire Warner Brothers. Will. Like it's gonna happen. So the line hasn't been like signed yet. But hey,
Well, they've won the bid. Essentially, if the government doesn't stand in their way, they will.
Yeah. Which they might, but if they stand in the way, it just might be a delay, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to happen. It just might.
The other possibilities that have been talked about is Paramount might come back with an even higher offer, or which might also include like paying Netflix's $6 billion breakup thing, or a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
But either way, I think it's they seem very confident about this. So
They do. I mean, that's a lot of money. I wonder how much someone else would pay if it was like what 87 billion. And then here's another.
who even has that much money? That's the crazy part.
I know. Disney comes out of nowhere, $100 billion, like on some Dr. Evil crap, like taking it over. The Writers Guild of America opposes Netflix buying Warner Brothers and says this merger must be blocked. The world's largest streaming company swallowing one of its biggest competitors is what antitrust laws were designed to prevent. This is kind of the same thing what's her name just said, but it's just talking about like the Writers Guild.
They all have similar problems because it's essentially, I think I'm going to lose jobs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's saying. The outcome would eliminate jobs, push down wages, worsen conditions for the all entertainment workers, raise prices for consumers, and reduce the volume and diversity of content for all viewers. I don't think this is necessarily true. Like, are they going to have less stuff? No, like what they're going to merge and they're going to put less content out there, and it's going to like.
I didn't think that was true either, and then someone proved it with I can't remember what merger it was, but if you look at previous mergers, every time companies merge, they reduce their content output dramatically. Because what they do, the companies merge, they get rid of a load of people, and they still pump out the same amount of stuff they did. They just have more IPs under their belt. But they don't keep up because essentially it's the one company. So they don't think they only need 3 movies a year rather than the 6 when both of them thought they needed 3 movies a year. One of the things with this is Netflix has said so far they plan to keep on the majority of the workforce simply because they don't have many people at the moment. And so I don't think Netflix could actually manage that many IPs when it's all in-house because Netflix just gets other people to make stuff for them at the moment, really. They don't make that much of their own stuff in-house. Whereas Warner Brothers is a bit of a different beast than what they're used to.
I mean, having Warner Brothers, if they do get it, is going to offer them a chance to be able to do that sort of content now that they have a way, or Warner Brothers' way of making content, if you absorb that. So it'll be interesting.
And this is actually things I was like, 'cause that's what I meant when I was talking about like Universal might get the rights to the DC stuff. Because I actually forgot that Six Flags still had the rights. Because I think that it was kind of back and forth. Because I used to go to Six Flags Darien Lake in New York State when I was over there. Like when I was a kid, that was my theme park. And they had like a Looney Tunes area. There's pictures of me with like Bugs Bunny and Tweety Bird when I was little because they had like the people dressing up as them, and they had the Superman ride of steel. They had a Batman roller coaster as well.
So it depends on the contract. So this happened to the park in Toronto as well. Wonderland it used to be under, I forgot which big company, but when they switched over, they had to change all their rides. Just God dang it! To just something just a little different. So like like the Italian car.
The camera's like rides. You say
the Italian job. I've been on that. I was there once, and I liked that ride. I almost like broke my neck on it because it goes zoom.
Zoom. It just changed the names. They changed it a little bit so it wouldn't match the IP 100%. The Looney Tunes is going to be a little bit more difficult because I don't know how you change the characters. I haven't been there, so
I think so. I haven't been to Darien Lake in a while, but I'm pretty sure that it's just the Ride of Steel now. They just won't call it the Superman. That's what it was always called. When I was a kid, it was the Superman, but now it's just the Ride of Steel. And then I think the Batman roller coaster was changed a while ago. They also had like the Predator ride that was a roller coaster over there, and that thing hurt. Have you guys ever been on a wooden roller coaster? They
Yes.
hurt.
That's crickety.
Yeah, I get like bruises. Like
I have heard
it's
there's a lot
like
of predators at Disneyland though.
So I've heard. Oh,
Disney adults.
don't get me started on the chunkers on the scooters again, please.
Oh my god.
That'll be a whole hour.
Scooters in general, they take up too much space. Okay.
Like, there's a difference between actual handicapped people, right? But it's always people that like have cankles and
Calls.
and
There
they're
was a
always
thing I
rolling
saw-
deep.
I can't remember the exact statistic, but it was something massive, like 70% of people at this Indian airport claim to be disabled.
Oh my
Because
god.
they want to get
So
wheeled
they
around
can get
an airport.
first? No,
Yeah.
then they get on the airplane first.
Well, it wasn't just on the airport, it was just wheeled around the airport. There was just huge lines of people in wheelchairs just waiting to be taken
I've
places.
seen that. That's hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. It's just a waste of like resources for someone who doesn't really need it.
The Viper was my first roller coaster ever, actually. So I agree. The first time I was tall enough to get on. Just barely. Okay, I was a teenager. No, I'm kidding. I was
has to
actually a
get catch
teenager.
It was
Well-
last week. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because it was.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I think, was there anything else that you want? Oh, you know what? Here, there's one more thing, at least that we can bring up about the merger here. I had like 5
I'm
different
surprised you haven't
tabs.
have you brought up Mark Ruffalo? He was in there.
Was he?
Mark
I might have
Ruffalo
missed
has
him.
the worst. I can find Mark Ruffalo's.
Get that one, and then I'll. So the Warner Brothers founder's grandson on the Netflix sale says it does not sit well with me. Do you think
Yep.
he still makes money from it because he's like related to the founder?
Yeah, I would be surprised if he didn't have some kind of shares. And
Well, think
stuff.
about Disney. No one in his family has any say or rights to actual Disney anymore, and that's nuts to me.
Well, there's a difference between that and having shares, though, and being
Oh, yeah,
financially
you're
tied
right.
to it.
Right here, do the Mark Ruffalo one.
just-
That'd be more interesting.
I just thought use that as a case of just literally everybody
Oh, I do
is
have that
coming
one.
out against it. Yeah. So Mark Ruffalo, the Committee of the First Amendment was fought to fight for our right to free expression. A Warner Brothers discovery puts that at risk. Like, this is the only guy who's like, it's free speech somehow that Netflix is going to control your free
No.
speech. They're going to. I have no idea. But the thing is, no matter how stupid I thought that was, it got worse when it went, the deal puts Hollywood and democracy at risk.
They always
The
gotta be
free
so
speech
dramatic.
and democracy. Oh my god.
Well, you have to remember, when they say my democracy, they mean us winning.
Yeah.
And this kind of suggests to me, he's like, Warner Brothers was essentially our propaganda platform. So it being bought out by someone that we don't control means that they'll stop pumping out as much ideological nonsense for us, and that'll harm us winning. That makes sense. But that's not the attitude that you get from people when it's talked to Netflix. Everyone thinks Netflix is like one of the worst, most indoctrinated platforms there is, but seem to look better on Warner Brothers. So it was kind of weird, his perception.
It's so strange because Netflix, it like a lot of some of their stuff is quite woke. I don't like.
A lot of their stuff is.
She puts
but
it so nicely. Some is quite woke, you can be
Fine,
honest.
fine.
Yeah, but Netflix has a range of things. Netflix has stuff which isn't at all, which
Yeah.
is nearly always foreign stuff. But it has stuff
Or
like
some of their stand-up.
the French movie that shall not be named, because I don't think YouTube likes the name.
that I see on there. Like, I was surprised. I mean, they had. I shouldn't say I'm surprised by Dave Chappelle because they knew they were going to make money. But like Shane Gillis and a couple of those other comedians that like don't have a filter and they don't care about offending people. When I seen their stand-ups on there, I was like, wow, okay.
Ricky Gervais is doing a stand-up.
Yes, yeah,
I imagine that's going to be Netflix because I think his others were.
yeah, they were.
But the thing is more how people look fondly on Warner Brothers, and it's like, hello, Ezra Miller, like the rest of DC, James Gunn, Snape. I haven't seen Warner Brothers do anything that like people aren't accusing Netflix of. So I'm kind of surprised that people think Netflix is worse than Warner Brothers, because I can't really name Warner Brothers stuff that I think has been good recently, and that wasn't woke. They're not a base company.
I mean,
that's why
Trying
I
to
was.
think. So it kind of doesn't matter who buys them, to be honest.
Kind of going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. Maybe it's them guising their thoughts and feelings of what Netflix is and less prestigious version, and using big words like they used to put on things in, you know, politics, democracy and free speech. Wait, what? Is this like another election happening?
To them it is, because
it's always another, because essentially it takes them so it takes them so long to indoctrinate people into, it's a full-time job to keep you on the reservation, because you have to convince people of all the logical loopholes all the time, and the moment you see through the illusion, there's no going back. That's why you very rarely do you see anyone who's gone, oh no, I'm woke now when it wasn't before, because you have to essentially forget everything that you know. And so I can understand why they're scared if they're losing power over things. This is why they're very scared about, like, when one of their identity groups disagrees with them. It's like, no, you're not allowed to, because if people see you doing it, they might think they can think for themselves as well. So they have to crush them.
Yeah.
But there's also, speaking of Ricky Gervais, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna ask you about that. I didn't watch it yet, so I didn't know like if it was good enough to share. Because I think I seen Gary retweet it and said like
that's what I've got up.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Yeah, share it. Oh,
well, it's more for the Doctor Who comment, because tomorrow is the spin-off series of Doctor Who, but they've just come off like the most woke series of Doctor Who that's ever been released, and it seems like Ricky Gervais knows about it.
Hello, Ricky Gervais here. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who bought a ticket to my mortality tour, and everyone who tried. It's probably my favourite tour so far. The special drops on Netflix on the 30th of December. So if you like the show, or if you like my previous shows, then you're gonna love the special. It's more me than ever. If you didn't like my previous shows, you'll hate it. You'll hate it more than... Don't watch it. It'll make you sad and angry. Don't even watch the trailers, because they'll make you, oh, and you'll post something about them, oh, there's no one to care, and that'll make you sadder and angrier. Watch something you do like and talk to your little friends. Doctor Who. You'll love that. Watch Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is even getting shredded. Like, just random bullets. So essentially... If you didn't like their previous ones because they weren't woke enough for you and you were offended, you'll hate this one because it's even worse.
Good.
Doctor Who's more up your alley, though. That'll tell you everything you want to hear.
If you're soft, you should watch Doctor Who. If not, watch my special. Basically.
There you go. Wow.
That was good. I like that.
Shots fired.
Oh man. All right. Let me catch up on a couple of supers here. Where are we? Okay, Mark, thank you for the 5. Honestly, I think that Dave Filoni is the queen of all lesbians. He needs to turn in his cowboy hat for a tiara and show us who he really is. Dang,
I was amazed when I heard him speak for the first time.
I don't know if I probably have, but I can't I can't think about it right now, like how he sounds. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
I would have to
See if
find
we
a
can find a video.
What was the name of that Asian streamer that got in trouble for shoplifting?
Not
in trouble, but yeah. So I had never heard her speak, and on Var and Virtue, I heard her for the first time, and I almost fell out of my chair. She's crying. I wasn't ready for it. I was like, "That's how she sounds."
She's like, trans. That's why.
Oh, she actually is. I thought that was okay.
It was the same with the guy that made Wheel of Time. I'd never heard him speak. I'd only seen like his text in interviews. The moment I heard him speak, like, this explains everything. You sound like everything I think you are.
You sound gay. Okay.
It was more than that. It was like he sounds more feminine than most women. It's kind of astonishing.
Carlos, thank you for the 5. I bet that actress from Star Trek loves drinking a jar of Granny's peach tea /pee.
Ew.
Which actress? There were 3, and I don't think two of them are on a seafood diet. They just seafood and eat it.
Dad joke. Staccato, thank you for the 10. Any argument against Netflix getting Warner Brothers could also be applied to Paramount or Comcast, who both have streaming services. Yeah,
that is
very true. I mean, it's for some reason, because Hollywood doesn't like Netflix because it kind of beat them, right? That's the biggest streaming giant, so they're going to attack. But do you think they would say the same thing or not? You know what I mean? Would they say that Paramount or Comcast, or I guess you could say they're not small streaming services, but compared to Netflix, they're a smaller streaming service. So if one of those companies got the rights, I wonder what the comments would be on that.
Those those services, at least Paramount, I don't know about Comcast, they didn't start out as streaming services, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
no Paramount. No, that's
would-
true.
the-
I don't know about
the-
Comcast either, but I have Paramount.
The issue you've got when a company is selling for $80+ billion is the only people that can afford to buy it are ones with extreme shares in the industry anyway. And so everyone that buys it will cause the same kind of market share issue. And so we spoke about it on FNT. I actually came around to Archer's point of view. The best thing to do is instead not sell it as a company. You take the IPs, you have to sell everything off piecemeal, and then you end up with smaller companies that can afford to buy like Batman, but it's their biggest IP, and so everything they have comes from like caring about this one IP rather than using it as a disposable thing. I think that's by far the best way to break up a company that fails and have better content for it. But when you're on about Netflix compared to Paramount, from Variety's point of view, it provides a glimpse into Allison's rising empire, one that skews alpha male, and that some fear will entwine the studio's content more closely with the MAGA messaging. I'm like, you don't have to sell him to me anymore. Like, this is one of those things where they try and list everything that they hate about a person. I'm just like, look, I already like the bloke. You don't need to sell him to me.
You don't need to convince me, okay?
Yeah. Like,
Damn.
Do you think that this may also have something to do with, probably not, but because I don't know when. I mean, I feel like it's been a while, at least that I've known about it, that they were talking about, selling Warner Brothers. But do you think that has some reason, like part of the reason that the Batman's taking so long, part 2 to come out? Because they don't know who's going to have the rights.
I think that's James Gunn.
You think
I
it's
was
just
gonna
James Gunn?
say he doesn't know what
Yeah.
he's doing.
It's
Well, I don't think he
true.
wants
still don't
to-
know who saw him and like his content and was like, you know what? He should be the CEO. Like, just let him direct like some of the Superman movies or something. But like CEO, like there really wasn't anybody else. Was he like the cheapest one? Like, I don't.
I've never
he
seen
just
one
was well
person.
connected.
He's made one good movie, and apparently
Guardians.
people like the rest, but I don't like the rest. And he's just been pushed because of that. He just had a string of things that made money when all superhero movies were making money at that time, and he never showed that he could make a broad variety of stuff. He made Guardians, and then it turns out all his content is Guardians all of the time, and I think if I was putting on this conspiracy hat, it would be that he thought his stuff would be so successful because he's so egotistical, he wouldn't need Batman. No one would want Batman afterwards, and then he can just go on and do his own stuff. And I think he's probably been a bit surprised when he's like, "Oh crap!" Remember, this is a guy that thought The Flash was his favorite superhero movie of all time, and people think it's a joke. I don't think it was a joke. I think he was serious.
Probably because he has the thing about him that's so weird is that he has like a humor of a 10-year-old, but like that he also makes it dirty.
Yeah, but also he employed people
understand.
from The Flash, which is why I think he really liked it. I think he saw that it was like, these people are so talented.
He loves Ezra Miller, favorite actor.
So weird. It's creepy, actually, knowing how
it is.
Ezra is.
The Mad
Yeah.
Goose Wizard.
Grant was it Grant Gus? He was a better Flash.
Oh,
Oh, he
he's
was. Yeah.
like my favorite Flash. Well,
I
I mean,
think so,
there's only
too.
been 2 Flashes, right? That I know of.
Like live action.
The-
Well,
There was an older actor that I can't remember his name, who was also
Yeah.
in The Flash as himself, as the previous actor. But the CW
seen
did
that.
the casting really well. The Green Arrow was a good Green Arrow. Melissa Benoist was a good Supergirl. They knew how to cast the people.
the thing about Millie is I think that she could be a good Supergirl, but they're going with like the drunken weird party girl. Like I know that's only one scene we've seen, like we saw, like whatever. So of course that's not going to be like her whole thing, but
Oh, I think
it's
it
just
is.
not, it's not a good introduction. If you know what I
Well,
mean, like I just
To Gen Z,
From
it
what I-
might be a good introduction.
yeah, I guess
From what
he's
I've read,
catering to
that's
the
the-
TikTok generation, I guess.
From what I've read, that's the start of the movie, that she's going to another planet to get pissed.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
got to be the foundation of her character.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the thing with CW too is it's like I don't understand. I know they just care about money, but like when they have a good show and the show's going well and they decide to go down like this weird dramatic route that ruins it, like Arrow and Flash. I think Arrow got ruined more because people just got so fed up of like the will they won't they and drama with Felicity when it's like he ends up with Black Canary in the comics anyway. So like, can we stop this?
They
Yeah,
don't
but
seem to
Felicity-
care about
Felicity was hot,
money,
though.
though.
He said, but she was hot though. Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have brought a really
and wasn't
good...
Black Canary a lesbian? She was in the future one.
The
See,
white
I don't-
canary when she was
They made
yeah.
her a white canary. I
Oh,
thought that she
oh.
was a great... Black Canary is one of my favorite female superheroes, and I thought that Katie Loads did a good job portraying her. Like when she was Black Canary,
Have
I
you
liked
seen
her
her
more.
breakdancing?
Yeah,
No.
she can fight
She was
too.
originally a breakdancer. She went on. There's a thing on. She was on a TV show where she was breakdancing in a competition.
That's cool.
Before she was in any of the actor stuff.
And she, like, if you want to know how like based the actresses, Jay told me that she like really likes Gina, and they were like play fighting like behind like the scenes at a comic, like, you know what I mean, like doing the whole like whatever MMA stuff, just messing around. They really liked each other, like good friends. And I'm like,
That's cute.
I really liked her too. I have shout out Wiley. I have her autograph. Thank you, Wiley. I liked her. I did not like her on what is it, Legends of Tomorrow, when they made her the White Canary. I did not like Laurel, the second one, her sister that they actually made like Black Canary. I didn't like her as the Black Canary. I thought she was boring. Sarah, who, I mean, because Laurel, it's Dinah is actually the Black Canary's name, Dinah Laurel Lance. So technically the second one, Laurel, was like supposed to be the true Black Canary. But I thought that Sarah was a better canary. Like she portrayed that character much better.
But it is very common for being a dancer to be linked to being a fighter in an acting role. And actually, if you read a lot of books, they often describe like sword fighting and stuff as a dance.
It's dancing because you can at
Yeah.
least do the choreography.
Yeah, you pick up the
whereas-
choreography very fast if you're used to doing it as a dancing role.
Yeah. And the movement's a little different because you have to be a bit more strong, but you could eventually mimic that, or at least camera work it so it looks like it's, you know.
That was
a
always the
bit
thing.
more
The problem with the CW shows was in part the writing, and a lot because it was aimed at a larger female audience, so there's a lot of feelings and stuff. There was a lot of talking and feelings and stuff, things. But it's still far better than the stuff we get today, even when it comes to superheroes. And it was actually built like a proper TV show. It had the same kind of mechanics that you would have in a TV show. Everything was wrapped up in a week, but it had a longer arc over the series.
Yep.
And the crossovers, I still really like the crossovers when it comes to any that just unironically, genuinely good TV.
Even the first season of Riverdale was interesting, but it was not like superhero stuff, but it was like the mystery of it, and then it got really retarded.
It
Like
got really weird.
it got
after
so
a
weird,
while.
but
my God.
Really weird.
But no, I thought because it was interesting, right? It was something I didn't know about. Like it's the Archie comics, and they took it in a different like route, but it was more of like a murder mystery thing. So the first season was interesting, and then they made it so
magical.
bad,
like the entire football team at some point, albeit like I enjoyed the abs on the football team. It was weird because they're like high schoolers.
I stopped
I
watching
thought
a
this
little
was
bit after
AI.
season 2, because it was bad. But they could have done something cool with it, or they should have just left it after season 1.
Can you share
but
this?
It turned into.
I thought this was an AI photograph. This is their
no, this
season
is when it got
5.
weird.
That was just
Well,
that's
way
his
before then it
face.
got weird.
He looks like, you know, when people take a normal person and turn them into the Chad meme, and they've got like really bumpy faces.
He's
It's
the
like the
real Chad.
cheekbones and the O for a jaw.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
think
no,
he's
I am
got,
just the AI person.
A lot
I
of
don't know-
contour on.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know why
I don't know
people.
what's going on there.
I don't know why they do that now. The people will shade their cheekbones to make themselves look gaunt.
It
It's
looked like
very
they got
strange.
that
Like she's done it,
surgery.
but she hasn't done it as bad. Yeah, like the cheek suck out thing. Both of them have done it.
It looks bad. Like they
strange.
overdid it, or the contrast on the image. They like pumped up the dark too much, so it looks super fake.
No, I think if you saw Ariana Grande without makeup, she would look less gaunt because she also is not only thin but shades her cheekbones to make herself look even
Well, it
thinner.
looks like she got the
Very
buccal fat
strange.
removal, which makes no
Does it-
sense because the fat in your face makes you look younger. So why do they want to get rid of it? You think they want to look younger?
It's a Hollywood thing, I think. when
It
you're
is.
on that.
Well, it's how a lot of women nowadays on camera are doing their makeup. I think they're imitating. I think a lot of it's come from filters on Instagram and stuff. They're imitating a certain filter to make themselves look that way.
Also, the camera adds 10 pounds, so you got to be under.
But
50
stop
pounds.
eating cameras then. Or if you're Ariana Grande, eat some cameras.
Eat some cameras. Yeah, there was I don't know if I have it anymore, but I was talking about this YouTuber, Call Me Chris, did a video. I actually talked, I didn't say that this was her, but I talked about it with you guys last week. We were, commenting on the weight stuff with Ariana and Cynthia. She made a video talking about it, and she has actually come out how she used to I actually found it here. Let's talk about this real quick, and then I'll catch up on Supers, guys. But I like this YouTuber. She's like very chill, and she doesn't like start any issues. And this idiot here, she needs to mind her own damn business, right? And I did watch this video, and she's not making fun of them at all. Chris used to have an eating disorder, and she was just commenting on like she went to like therapy for it and stuff, and how they're showing signs of it, and like some kind of sisterhood thing, like where they might be in some kind of competition of who can get thinner, like very unhealthy. And that's what she was commenting on. And you need like this Bruce said in his tweet, like you need to. It's rude not to talk about it when somebody is killing themselves.
Ariana Grande said, I thought we were past the body shaming and stuff and commenting on other people's bodies. It's dangerous to comment on it. Like, no, it's dangerous not to. If you've got an eating disorder, you will not eat yourself alive. And it is far crueler to see someone doing something horrific and let them do it. That is not what a friend does. A friend will tell you that you should stop.
Yeah.
An enemy will tell you, "Oh, just keep on doing what you're doing. You'll be great."
Like this person here.
You'll only be around another 2 years. Yeah.
So,
this is it's misplaced empathy is what's happening here.
Absolutely. And this person right here tells you everything you need to know. That it says the OG Cynthiana stand, but this is what she says, right? And Chris actually. Like she didn't tag Chris in this at all, but someone must have like brought it to her attention, so she commented on it. Yeah. Did you watch the entire video, lol? Because she doesn't make fun of them at all. Again, she's very sympathetic and talks about how this is not healthy, and she's nice about it. She's not like us, we're like, ew, they're gross, whatever. Like we're kind of mean about it, but she's like, no, I don't plan on it. Like this, look at how trying to talk to these people, right?
I never comment on another woman's body.
No. But this is exactly why it's the same delusion, both the extremes, both overweight and underweight. Like the fact that we are like putting these bigger girls, fatfluencers as I like to call them, on a pedestal. And we know that when you're overweight and obese, that there is higher risk for heart disease, higher risk for cancers,
basically everything,
like higher risk for everything. Yeah,
pain. And so why are we saying, oh my god, I'm a 26-year-old with a healthy body and the waist that's bigger than your entire other body, like your chest, your butt, and all that? It's wild. But we like to live in delusion.
Like the way these people act, right? Like this girl didn't even watch her video and says she won't. And then Chris was like, it's actually mind-bogglingly embarrassing that you posted this then. The context of the video is extremely important and relevant. You are the problem with the internet right now, just spreading hate for quite literally no reason with zero context. If you actually watched it from start to finish, you'd take this down, but you won't. So go off, queen. And like these people are just, they're dumb. Like how, like you just see the thumbnail.
Wait. No. Go back down. The next comment was, girl, be quiet and read my quote tweet. Stop acting like you're not using this for misogynistic hate train.
Their favorite word. And she said, here, if you need a hug, that's all she said. Because she didn't.
That doesn't even make sense. Like if a man is going, you need to eat a cheeseburger, that's helping. If anything, that is the absolute lack of hatred. That is, I'm concerned about you. I want you to be better. Is the exact opposite.
And again, as someone who I watched this whole video and she was concerned, and it was a lot to do with like this right here, young girls try to emulate them thinking it's normal. That was part of the reason. And she was just highlighting that this is a problem. This is not okay. And everybody like this person who was like, okay with it. If you can
look at those photos, if you can just look at that thumbnail and think both of those are perfectly healthy, you are insane. Like you need some help yourself if you think that those two are normal.
This is a good example of the interneting. You see a thumbnail, you see the title, and you go, oh my god, rage, clickbait, blah, blah, blah. But then they don't look at the context. They don't care about the context.
Oh yeah, I had someone like of a more recent idiot in my comments was like, I think we talked about this on Saucy at one point too, about how like I said something about like his pop culture dying, but I didn't mean it like, oh no, woke's taking over, we're losing everything. It was about how people don't sit down and watch stuff anymore, like and then you go to work and you talk about it the next day because everyone watches different stuff, right? Like there's no big things.
You mean popular culture, as in a unified, homogenous culture.
Exactly. And somebody was like, no, just you retarded YouTubers that think everything's woke, and I'm like, I don't remember what I said, but I went off on them, and they're like, "You're so like nicely rude to these people." And I'm like, "Oh, I dial it back a little bit sometimes."
Well,
But that's in that case. Like people just they just react, and it's like, "How about you see what I have to say before you bug out?"
It's because we've lived for so many decades in essentially a highly effeminate country going, no, you can't say that. No, you can't be rude to people. No, it's not what you said. It's the way you said it. It's your tone that matters. That now I'm just like, I don't care. Like, you've got nothing over me. You can't do anything to me, and I don't need you. There's absolutely nothing that you can do to me. I don't require your opinion. About now, what we need is actually the truth. We need reality. We need to get back to a point of sanity and goodness, rather than your weird delusions of what you think the world should be because you think you can make it in your own head. And what that comes down to is that actually it is better for people if you engage in the more masculine thing of essentially burns. The way men bond with each other is they insult each other. You watch FNT, it's just constant insults all the time, because if a guy isn't insulting you, he probably doesn't like you. He's probably not that close to you.
That's true.
And when it comes to things like that, you can go, there is a way of going, you could sit someone down one-to-one and be like, I think you should probably lose weight because otherwise it's not particularly healthy. And if they like you, they'd be like that. But otherwise, some people just go, no, I want to be like this. Well, the way you get around that then is you do it through social pressure, you do it through humiliation, you do it through jokes, and then they get so humiliated, they stop, they change, because they don't want to, because it takes effort, and something needs to get people off their asses and do something about it. There was a guy who lost weight because he told his friend to insult him every day, and for the next year, this guy sent him a fat text in the morning every single day because he was his friend. And the guy lost the weight. There is a difference between essentially being negative to somebody and going, I think this is for your best. This is essentially tough love.
But it also is being honest and factual.
Mm-hmm.
And some people cannot face the fact that, one, they might be obese. That's the biggest one. Pun not intended. That people don't want to face. Okay. Why is it weird?
There's also different. There's also different attitudes. So you can be fat, realize you're fat, realize it's unhealthy, and not care. But you can also be the I'm the size of an airplane, everything should change for me, and I'm healthy.
Exactly. That's why this goes back to what I say all the time, that bullying is important, because if not, now I'm gonna add this, chat knows, because people, like, there were some new people in my chat that thought it was really funny, and I'm like, when you don't bully people, that's how you get furries, but that's also how you get obese people that don't, like, because
some of the craziest kinks right now.
I know, it's because parents like, just be yourself, and there's a certain extent, like, sure, yeah, like, you be who you are, but like to a certain extent, you have to have a little bit of shame. So don't walk around wearing a tail and not expect me to be like, oh, or ask for God to help me.
Especially at cons.
At cons, right? Like, Jesus, please help me, please help me. I was on a stream and I was like, oh Jesus, please help me, because a group of furries walked by me. Like, and it's serious. It's just like, you need to nip that in the bud, okay? That's all I'm saying. And it goes with fat too. Like, it's very true. If you care about somebody, if somebody in your life is overweight, you could go about it nicely. But if they get like offended, then you could be like, it's true.
If someone wants to be an animal, animals aren't allowed in a lot of places. We should start banning them.
The problem is when schools start putting litter boxes in the bathrooms for kids that identify as furries, that's a freaking problem. And you need to bully the heck out of those kids that if they're could you imagine walking into a bathroom in high school and someone's like taking a number 2 in the freaking litter box? I was nice, but I'd be like, no, I would not be. I actually probably would have been mean in high school if I was in high school during these times.
That litter box should be in the classroom, like an animal would just go pee, just like in the corner.
Oh, they'd love it though. This is you underestimate the degeneracy of this filth.
Our cats should not be in school.
Well, neither should people of low IQ. That's why they're there in the first place.
They might need it though, to spur.
But it's just a question of standards. Now, the way England used to be when it was English people was you could do basically whatever you wanted in your own home, but in public there were standards that you met, and everyone met those, and so society had like a certain standard that everyone had to do, and so no one would judge you because they wouldn't know anything about your life. But the moment you brought it into the public life, everyone would judge you. Everyone would be on you. And it is essentially the idea of, I should be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, at any time that I want. Well, that's just the lack of standards. Now anyone can do anything, and you will inevitably drag society down till it basically crumbles, because you have no standard to meet. And so all she's talking about is essentially she doesn't meet people's standards she doesn't want to. It's like, yeah, well, tough. Like, they have a higher standard for you than you do yourself. You can either not care about that because they can't force you, but really, if it gets to you, you probably know there's something wrong with you in the first place.
Sorry. Well, no, I'll catch up on supers in a minute, guys. Thank you. Shout out Raider. I see you going wild in the chat. Thank you. I'll get to it in 1 second.
The most amazing thing happened on Twitch when Escape from Tarkov had it did like in-game stuff for paid subs, and the developer of the game went, "It's live," and everyone went, "Okay, you could sub." Tons of subs. People were making tens of thousands of dollars in 3 minutes, and then it turned out they weren't on, and so people had essentially scammed people out of tens of thousands of dollars. And there's nothing anyone can do about it.
We have nothing to say to that. That's nuts.
Wow.
All right. Let me catch up on some supers. Kale, thank you for the 5. Pocahontas is on a warpath because Netflix did not offer her.
That's Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, okay. Wampum or Peace Pipe. She struggles to be relevant in a system she defrauded for success.
Mm-hmm. She always claimed she was native, and then it turns out she was like 0.05% DNA native or something like that.
That's like, what's her face? Amandla.
Oh,
Not wanting to claim her Polish part, even though it's more like she's probably more. Isn't she more Polish than she is?
Well, I think she's half and half, but it would harm her career. Well, she wasn't Puerto Rican at all, even though she was claiming to represent them. But
wait,
yeah,
Rachel, you're talking about Rachel. No.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Was it Rachel? Well, isn't
Rachel's part Polish?
Amandla has
Amandla's the one that was shaking her ass to own
but wasn't she the one that had her stepdad is like German or something, right? It wasn't like
her
they're
dad
both
is
hot. Yeah.
Right?
Like one's Polish, the other is Netherlands or something. Yeah, they're both half European.
Okay.
Chat's putting a bunch of different backgrounds that I don't know. Danish.
There you go.
Carlos, thank you for the 2. How does Netflix tell X-Ray Girl apart from X?
I'm the same person.
Same person.
Just like all Asians are me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Ian, thank you for that 50
Quick, what's 10 times 5?
50.
I almost asked him Gary asked her what 10 times 5 was.
Oh my god,
then
that was
at one point,
funny.
someone did 5 subs, and I was went, "Can you work that one out yourself? Like, what's half of 50?"
Can I show you a thumbnail and you're gonna laugh at this? Bring down Ian. Sorry, Ian.
Hold on, Ian. Wow, sorry, Ian.
You're in the X-ray girl queue, Ian.
Yeah, sorry. This actually did me a double take because I thought this was me at first when I saw this. So when the Nina Lynn stuff came up, I'm like, wait, what? Is this me? So tell me she doesn't look like me a little bit there.
Listen, okay, so when I was when me and Vara were talking about her, I paused and there was a part where she's like, and I was like, oh no, when me and X-Ray had chicken wings and we actually ended the stream, she had the same face. And you were like, remember you got memed to crap for doing that? I was like, oh no.
Just be glad you don't sound like it. Because
listen,
that is a voice that
I'm
nails down a chalkboard.
So I didn't know who that person was, and I didn't know if it was like a joke about her being trans, like people were talking about it in the chat and whatever, and I hit play and I almost fell out of my chair, and that was a real reaction because I never heard it before. I was like, why does she sound like that? What? And then I'm like, wait, it's not a joke.
I didn't actually know that explains a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was like cigarettes.
That's what I sound like.
Actually, not the British ones. I meant genuine cigarettes.
No, she sounds like she smokes a pack a day and drinks like the harshest vodka you could find.
And she's from New York too, which is why she has that like accent.
The black scent, like the ghetto, like a little bit. Like that's why I asked the chat, like, is that what it's called? She has like this. Yeah, she's rough all the way around. X-Ray is way prettier.
I know there's a whole thing of people like, no, I want to keep my accent because no, there's actually a thing in the UK where when people become known, they drop their accent. So if you're from Liverpool and you got on television, you would change your accent. because the Liverpudlian accent is not complimentary, and no one should really speak like it in public. And that's the same with that. If you have that accent, you should be better. You should go to like finishing school or something and improve.
Look at like Charlie Hunnam. His accent's all over the place. After even when he was playing Jax and Sons of Anarchy, like once in a while he'd be like Tara, and it would come out a little bit like a British accent. And now he's still all over the place. He's got like an American accent with a little Brit that comes out kind of.
But there's a reason why Americans have never heard a Brummie accent. It's because when Brummies actually get some money, they drop the Brummie accent. This is something that all Brummies have done. Like, Jay from Birmingham. Like, that is not going to make you a celebrity.
So it says, here we go. You'll get this one.
Yeah, there you go. I call them Scousers and Newcastle, which is a bit different.
All right. Sorry, Ian. You were in the extra queue. Thank you for the 50 pounds.
Oh no, Scousers are Liverpool. What are people from Newcastle?
Please hold,
Geordies.
Ian. Your chat is important to us.
You also don't want the Geordie accent kind of thing, which is the Ross Noble one.
Geordie Shore.
Yeah, it works for Ross Noble, but you probably don't want him in like Hollywood movies.
Probably not. Thanks for the 50 pounds, Ian. Netflix doesn't really have the money. That's the issue. Their spare price dropped when they announced the takeover. Usually it would have spiked.
I think
no one thinks this will be financially viable in the medium term. just locked in like real fast.
Well, it was because I read earlier that it had gone up. Maybe it's gone down. It's gone down overall. Yeah. It spiked briefly and then it went down.
It went from 109.34 to 100.
Well, that was in the past. That was from the
5
third.
days. 5 days.
If you look on the 4th of Thursday, it went from 103 to 98, then back up to 104.6, and now it's back down at 100. So it kind of went down, flew up, and then down again. The thing with the stock price, though, is it's basically a load of low information people betting on a future that they don't really understand. And so stock price it's not really linked to reality, it's linked to what people think will be the future of reality. But they don't know. They have no idea whether Netflix will succeed or not.
No. Justin Martin, thank you for the 10. I think Extra Girl's camera is mocking her by squinting. How rude.
Yeah, it's just trying to see wide vision.
Jason Webster, thanks for the Australian 5. England are in trouble in the Ashes Test cricket series. They may need you to come over to Sprue and open the batting and field in short, fine leg.
Look,
yeah.
I think a load of people fighting over some burnt wickets is strange at the best of times. And I half think it's an excuse for just the English and the Aussies to get drunk. A lot. I think that's basically what cricket is. Like, cricket is so slow and dull, people just get pissed.
I've never played
stare
it.
At the field. I think it's only, like, the English and the Aussies that play cricket. That's why the Ashes is just them.
Thank you for another Australian 5, Jason. No Other Choice 2025 has won 3 honors at the Korean Film Producers Association Awards, the South Korean equivalent of Producers Guild Awards. Didn't the
what?
Oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Go ahead. What
the
were you
ones
say?
I've watched recently was Last Samurai Standing and Nero the Assassin. Both were really good. I've not heard of this though.
I was gonna say Indians love cricket too.
A satirical black comedy thriller. Not what I expected of the Koreans.
James, thank you for the 2 pounds. This brew, did you watch the 8 show? Thoughts on it?
The 8 show? Yes. I need to confirm that it's the one I'm thinking of, but if it's the one where they get money depending on what place they go on, I really enjoyed it. I especially liked that. I think it was really quite realistic how it portrayed the way people would act given different parts of money and what people will do to earn money. I also liked how when certain twists happened and they realized why they were getting money, or the way they acted when money was going up and they're trying to work it out. That's actually been done in real life where they've given pigeons random food at like random times, and the pigeons would become superstitious. So at some point the pigeon did something stupid and food came down. And so now the pigeon keeps doing the stupid thing to try and get food because it thinks it causes it. So it shows how superstition and mysticism comes about. The only thing I didn't like was the end. I thought the end was bizarre, weird, I didn't understand it, and crap. But up until then, I really enjoyed the rest.
Mark of Reality, thanks for the 5. Midnight's Edge is saying that Filoni replaced Hedlund as the creative director of Star Wars because Disney's afraid that Star Wars is too badly damaged.
It is too badly damaged.
It is. And Raider.
Replaced Hedlund?
Yeah.
Leslie she only did the Acolyte. I don't know what they mean.
I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, maybe?
Oh, maybe? Is that what you meant?
Probably
Raider
Kathleen Kennedy.
with 10 gifted subs and then 10 more.
That's
And then
20.
20 gifted subs. And...
Well, I was like, can you re-roll, please?
Hertz
I
and
missed the
Monkey need
shotgun.
another one. Need one.
like, please, me, please. And 6283 and then 6382. That deserves a Saucy.
Saucy.
I love
That was a lot of
lyrics.
random numbers you combined there.
I had to say a lot there. I feel like a computer right now. Thank you so much, Raider. And then Ian said, like, so he's like, I just got he charged for 10 gifted subs. Weird. And Andrew, thank you for the £2. Just rude. Did you watch Bride Hard? Is it any good?
I have watched the first 15 minutes or 20 minutes of Bride Hard. I stopped watching it because I want to do a video on it. And I want to watch it, like, fresh. Because the first 15 to 20 was so funny. I wanted to save it. It's so bizarre. Yes, I say it's good from what I've seen of it. But, loads of stuff came up and I didn't have time to do a video. I will get it out sometime this month. Maybe like a Christmas special.
Oh, so Leslie Headland and only as creative director, as in everything you see on screen. But yeah, badly damaged isn't the half of it. Yeah, they killed it. They absolutely murdered that franchise.
Look, I don't know who looks at somebody who was the receptionist or whatever she was of Weinstein.
Wasn't she his assistant?
Yeah. I don't know who looks an assistant and goes, no, you should be in charge of a $200 million budget. I just don't know how that happens.
Maybe she had some dirt on somebody or something. Yeah.
I mean, as an assistant, you do learn
know
a
stuff.
lot of things. You know their whole schedule.
You
You
know
know, you
everything.
hear conversations.
You got connections.
Yup.
Yes.
And being in Hollywood, it's about connections, not necessarily your talent.
Oh, because like a good assistant essentially has to know everything about you because they have to predict what you're going to do next before you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait until I write the book on Nerdrotic.
Oh, the
She's like, he
neurotic
stays in
tea.
his room 10 hours a day. You wouldn't believe the amount of figures he stuck on that wall.
It's very boring.
Yeah. He got all of it out of his system a long time ago.
I know. I actually cannot wait to read his book. I know a lot of people got their books. So, and I've been waiting
gonna
to
be
read
great.
it with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Slash, I want to hear the audiobook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. He's gonna do it, obviously, right?
Oh, he's working on it now. It's just
Is that gonna
keeps
be
traveling.
Is it gonna be the first one that they do? The first audiobook over there at Ripa? Do they have any other
Oh,
audiobooks?
it's not produced by Ripa.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Gary's doing all the recording on his own.
Oh,
This
okay.
is why this is why you're going to take a while.
Yeah, he has a professional mic. You have to do a little bit of editing, and I mean,
No, that's
it's easier.
good.
Wait,
Wait, himself.
It's more reading it, and I would have thought was the biggest
The-
issue.
Reading it is the issue, not just for reading, but you have to have the same cadence. Your voice
Mhm.
has to be similar. You can't have eaten too close to that. Drink certain fluids. You
Mhm.
have to not have too much saliva in your mouth. So it's like these little things that end
Yeah.
up like affecting book reading. And that's why you can only maybe do 2-3 hours a day, because then your throat gets too sore.
Especially when
It's
you
re-
have like such a good mic, like he has, it picks up all little sounds, right? So that's why you can't have like the saliva and stuff. Like you don't want none of that going on.
Yeah, you'll end up with like a squelchy voice
Oh
and
my
stuff. But it's why I got used to it because I jump cut so much. You learn to talk in a way where you can edit halfway through a sentence and it still works, or you know how to pick up in the old sentence. So it's
Make it easier.
it's a
for
habit you
yourself.
get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is a good time so that we don't like forget to talk about it, is just to bring up the whole critic Critics hating Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is now at 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. The first movie is
wow.
at 33%. One of the lowest rated Blumhouse movies to date. One of the lowest rated video game movie franchises ever. And this is crazy to me because as a fan of the franchise, and I actually
Look
know
at the audience.
quite a bit of the lore. That's what I'm saying. This was not made for critics. It was made for fans. And now fans of the games, every like big, at least that I've spoken to since this came out, because it just came out Friday, I went to go see it. I got my cute little sipper, and I think it's adorable, little cupcake thing. I'll show it off in a minute. If you watched, I did a review and played Five Nights at Freddy's 2 last night and did a review on it. They really, so they've changed a little bit. I'll try and be fast about this. They changed a little bit. Like Vanessa and her brother Michael are actually kind of like switched versus the game and the movies, and that's not a huge change. That's like lore ruining at all. They have so many little like Easter eggs and nods to the game in this that people loved, like in the theater, like especially like younger kids are just like, oh, they got so excited because this is, you know, on the surface level, this is like a jump scare kids horror game, but it's a PG-13 horror movie, right? So it's not, I didn't go into this thinking like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like Dark Knight Rises. This is going to be like Inception. It's getting an Oscar. I knew it was going to be an absurd, the games are kind of absurd and silly. So I figured that's exactly what the movies were going to be. So if you didn't like the first one, you're not going to like this one. If you're not a fan of the games, you're most likely not going to like this. But I do know a few people who don't really know the games and still enjoyed this for what it was. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of the lore, and I think they're staying pretty true to it. Like it's fan service, and that's what people always ask for. Critics aren't going to care about it because they probably never picked up the game. They don't know anything about the lore. So it's just funny to me. Like you see right there, 88% and 12. It just shows you where the critics' heads are at. But yeah, so this wasn't by like the best movie I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it, and kids are loving it, and that's what the audience is for. It's for preteens and, you know, kids that grew up playing this game.
Well, yeah, I used to watch Markiplier play this because it's the kind of game I would never play myself, but
It's so fun to watch.
I like watching horror games through other people. So now I watch Mike play horror games. But with Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff, yeah, it was always Markiplier and stuff. And the games never really had that much lore. I was kind of surprised they could turn them into a movie in the first place and get away with it.
Well, the thing about this is, it would probably shock you to know how much lore is actually behind these games, because you're like, it's a jump scare game. It's so deep that's like, what the heck? Like, you aren't ready for it. And I actually like that more than the games themselves. Like when you dive into like how good it actually is, and they do a good job in the game, the movies. The one like critique that I'll give about it, like it wasn't fantastic, but I really did enjoy it, and I will go see the first or the third one when it comes out. I wanted like 15 more minutes, and I think that's a good sign, right? I felt like the ending was kind of abrupt. So that means, you know, I feel like that's kind of a good sign. Like I wanted a little bit more, but they had 2 after credit scenes. So like kind of setting up the third movie. And the third game is kind of like a museum type thing, like where they have like artifacts from the pizzerias, and the cutscene shows something to do that. So that they do a good job setting up the third movie as well.
I think if you share what I've shared, I think there's probably something more to this. Because it's not just the type of movie that they do, but the creator of Five Nights and Freddy's did get cancelled a long time ago because he was found to be donating to Republicans.
Mm-hmm. He's a Trump supporter. People were already saying that, like, he's a Trump supporter, though.
He got
like,
cancelled over it. People tried to take his stuff, the franchise away from him. I don't know all the details, but this is from Eric Kane in 2021, so it was a few years ago. I would not be surprised if that taints the critic, because critics have always reviewed based off ideology in a way. I would not be surprised if that taints their opinion, especially when you're that far away from the audience, because there are horror movies that they like, so it's not as if they're just against the horror genre at all. And horror movies are never that complicated. You tend to find people either like most horror movies or don't like horror movies at all. It's a genre thing more than anything else.
The cheesier the better for horror movies. I love laughing during a horror movie.
Yeah.
Probably not the intended thing.
That's why like Evil Dead 2 is my favorite horror movie, because it's like a dark comedy. Like there's still horror, but yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the double whammy of it's a video game adaptation, so they think it's not prestigious, they don't like games, they frown upon them. What's a game doing in our kind of industry? And the guy that created it.
The thing is, the gaming industry is still quite healthy in a lot of, like, maybe not the AAAs, but
it's way bigger than movies, though.
Yeah, they're making way more money for sure. So,
But yeah, it just shows, like, I mean, this was made for the fans and not the critics. Like the amount of
Where the
kids that
fans
love
like
this that are like freaking out over it. Like you would hear kids like little Easter eggs that even would go over my head, and like, oh, that's baby. Like that didn't go over my head, but like little things like, and then the parents was like, huh, cool, glad you like it. Like I'm glad that people are enjoying it.
And who trusts critics these days? Like
Mm.
proper critics. Most people will go to YouTube or their influencers that they like and trust their opinion, which has this feeling of authenticity over someone who, is pompous.
It's someone just giving their opinion, and of course people are going to get mad about it, but it's like they're not getting paid. They're just saying how they feel. That's why people really like, watching like Gary's opinions, because he's very intelligent when it comes to all that stuff, right? And he's just saying his opinion, and same with like Vara. Vara's kind of like a journalist, but in a good way, like someone that you actually go and because she does all her research and gives like a fair point. She's not really on either side with some things. And that's kind of what you need, someone that's more grounded in the middle.
But I think it's a bit like what we talk about with theatre. Like, why is it a big deal if actors aren't shown in theatres? Why do directors obsess over theatres and stuff? And it's the prestige of it all. There has been a hierarchy in entertainment of, they think the way they perceive it is movies are at the top, then television series, gaming somewhere down here somewhere. So was comic books. They never took comic book movies seriously because they came from comic books. And it doesn't matter how successful it is, it doesn't matter if it runs their industry, they still frown upon it. This is why they're so free to want to change everything. And so I think a critic watching it is kind of like, why am I forced to watch this crap? It's the same way as when I have to watch Wicked. It's like, why do I need to lower myself
What
to
did
this
I
movie?
do? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's like I begrudge every second that I'm watching this, and because it's not made for you, you don't like it, obviously. But yeah, critics in gaming have never got along. Even games journalists don't like games, so of course movie critics won't. And if gaming does turn out to be the next genre, you're going to see this a lot. If there are good adaptations, they'll hate it.
Oh, and it kind of feels that way that they're kind of moving into that because they're looking for the next genre to just jump on and be like, oh my God.
It's a huge bucket of IPs. So,
and I mean, there's so many gamers. There's so many games that they could adapt, which has good stories. Like, I don't know if they could ever do this proper, but like a Final Fantasy movie, like that's right. Like
it's right. Like it's something you'd want, but again, like, could they do it proper? You're right.
I would trust the Easterns to do that, not Western entertainment. So
it'd be like that with everything. Like it's got to a point now where essentially the Western entertainment industry is so tainted by the people in it. I wouldn't trust them with anything. But then you're like, would you have a Korean make it? Yeah. What if they made it Korean? I would rather something be Korean in like culture, and still be good. Because, they may fill it full of Koreans, but I don't care about that. They may make it Korean culture, things like there's always eating scenes in Korean stuff for some reason. There's always communal eating in every Korean thing. But they would still stay true. It's a bit like what Peter Jackson said about Lord of the Rings. It's like, we can't do what he did, but we think we owe it to him to put his messaging and his meaning into the movie. That's what Koreans do. They understand the foundation, and then they build their own stuff and put their own kind of culture on it. But it's still at its core the thing. Whereas Western stuff tends to pervert the very meaning of what it means to be the IP.
Mm-hmm. It's a fair point. What else did we have here? Okay, sorry. I didn't know where I wanted to switch on to.
I actually... Okay, there were 2 Final Fantasy movies. Sorry, chat. I forgot about them.
It's okay.
My bad.
Forgive you. You
missed
missed a lot because you were too busy working when you were little.
I was too busy doing math homework.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a Deus Ex 1 movie. There was a time many years ago that apparently it got like options and then nothing came of it. But Deus Ex 1 would be an incredible movie.
If it was done properly. I hate that we have to think that way, right? Like 15 years ago or so, right? 10, 15 years ago, if we were like, oh, I'd love to see this, but now you're like, well, if it's done right, like we have to add that in all the time because you don't know.
That's always been true for games because I remember Max Payne. And I remember what they did to Max Payne. That is not Max Payne.
He will not forget.
No.
Ooh, ouch.
Max Payne was a fun game. It was. I don't know why they couldn't make a proper movie with that.
Because it was nothing like the games. It had nothing to do with
like,
the
why
game.
couldn't they do that? You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying. Like, it was a cool game with a cool, like, fun with a cool story. Why couldn't they just make
It was
that?
a long time. Was it? I think it was someone Ball. Found a way to make money when you lost money in a movie, and so he used games to make bad movies deliberately to lose money, because the more he lost, the more money he made. Through this tax loophole.
And another.
Go
ahead, sorry.
Okay.
And it was this Ball guy. He did it with many games, and so there's a whole era of like gaming movies which are renowned for being awful, but it was deliberate. I don't know whether I don't know whether Max Payne was part of that, but there's a lot of them.
Well, think
Mortal
of like
Kombat was a great movie.
I loved it. I don't care about the campy, whatever. I liked that one.
So silly.
Another one that was like, so it's weird because the movie itself, like, if this wasn't an Uncharted movie, if it would have just been some kind of like action movie by itself, cool, it would have been just fine. But the fact that they made that Uncharted movie with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland, it's like there's 4 games that you can follow if you just want to follow one of the stories, and it would have been a fun, a fun movie. But I don't like what they did with it was so weird. They should have just like been like, you know what, let's just take Uncharted off of it and make a movie with. I mean, Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland have enough pull to get people in the seats, I would say, for like an action movie. So why do they have to put Uncharted on it? And if not, why not? He's 11. He's not Nathan Drake. That's what I mean. Like, it's just I don't know why they couldn't.
Tom Holland
different.
looks like a 50-year-old, 11-year-old. He's a really strange person.
It is. But yeah,
He's
And
got
he's
Benjamin
tiny.
Button.
Like, I think he lives in a matchbox. I don't know what he does with his money.
Oh
Doesn't
my
need a
gosh.
house.
He gives it to Zendaya.
Probably, I can imagine she spends a lot of his money, to be fair.
all right. So this topic here, I've seen a few people in chat asking about this earlier, about the Sydney Sweeney stuff. So Sydney Sweeney tells people that she doesn't support the views that people connected her American Eagle campaign to. I was honestly surprised by the reaction. I did it because I love the jeans and I love the brand. I don't support the views some people chose to connect to the campaign. Many have assigned motives and labels to me that just aren't true. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm always trying to bring people together. I'm against hate and divisiveness.
I'm not.
In the past, my stance has been to never respond to negative or positive press, but recently I have come to realize that my silence regarding this issue has only widened the divide, not closed it. So I hope this new year brings more focus on what connects us instead of what divides us. So basically here, what is she like kind of backtrack? I mean, we know that she's a Republican, right? Because she's a registered Republican and people like tore her apart for that. She had that make 60 or 50, whatever, however old her mom is, great again party that people like ripped apart. I'm just wondering why she decided to like speak out, because it's gonna, the whole thing is
PR
gonna
company?
Yeah. Because she has that movie coming out, and
well, no, I think someone's told her that if you don't do this, you have to what is it? Something go along to get along. I think it's that kind of a thing. You just want just say what they want you to say. It'll leave you less trouble. It'll give you a better career. You'll make more money. And she's like, okay, if I have to. I think it's that. The issue is when you say things like, I don't support the views of some people who chose to connect me to the campaign. Look, whenever. It's really weird. On Twitter, I'll say something about a person, and I'm saying something about the exact comment that they've said in what I've retweeted. And people are like, don't you know what they did 5 years ago? It's like, no, I also don't care. I'm talking about what they're saying now. Whenever you talk about anyone, no one thinks you support everything the person's said. You don't need to do a deep dive research into someone's history when you do a comment. You're talking about a very specific thing. The entire point of this is it was a jeans advert and people found it funny. And the reaction is what was funny about it. Nobody assigned views to Sydney. And by taking them on...
did. They called her,
Yeah, but those people are evil and they don't mean it themselves. That's the entire point. And by going, I don't support these people, I disavow these. What you're saying, well, you side with the other people then, do you? You side with the people that were attacking you. So what you're saying is people should attack you and then you'll join their team. It's a really bad thing to do. But also, I'm against hate and divisiveness. I'm really pro-hate and divisiveness. There is a lot of evil in the world that should be hated. There are murderers. There are people that attack people. There are people that assault people in the street. There are evil evil ideologies. They're horrific people that have wiped out continents of people. Actually, hate is a good thing. It says you have standards. You want to be divisive. You want to divide yourself away from evil and away from these people. You don't want to unite with people, for instance, that want to hurt you. That would be a really awful thing to do. All of this is your standard boilerplate kind of woke. I want peace and love for everybody because we're all the same. And nobody means it because you have to be really thick to believe that that's the world you live in. But it is easier in the industry if that's what you repeat.
I feel like she tried to keep it kind of vague, but I do see your point too, where she's it's like, okay, so you're saying you don't support the views that people connected her with her American Eagle campaign. Nobody except for the left was saying that she was a Yahtzee and whatever. It was just them freaking out for no reason. And they're just Janes, as what you say. But go ahead, actually, you're about to say something.
I was going to say, was this just a statement she put out, or did she actually do like an interview, verbal talk back and forth? Or
there's an article we could click through, but it
was People magazine.
If you click through, I imagine it's an interview.
Yeah,
it says exclusive, so it would be an interview.
Oh, hi.
Wow,
okay.
The ads of this.
I know, my goodness gracious, get out of here.
But the thing is, we saw the way she handled the last interview, and she was praised for it. Because you have to understand that journalists are evil people, and you should just call them the scum they are. It's like, there's no need to pander to them in this way.
No, there's not. You're right. It probably was like a publicist or something, PR telling her that she had to say something, and she should have just stayed quiet because you don't know. She didn't do anything wrong, so you don't obviously don't owe anybody an apology because you didn't do anything, but you also don't owe anybody an explanation for why you did the jean ad. They're literally just jeans, but
the way you get around it is they go, so what would you take this? What do you think? Do you think that I endorse those kind of people? What was your opinion of me wearing a pair of jeans? Do you think me wearing a pair of jeans was a big social commentary? Do you think that American Eagle is a mid-century German corporation? You ask them questions which set them up, because whoever's asking the questions is the one on the offensive. And so you ask them the same things back. You essentially reframe what they're doing onto the journalist, because if they answer the question, now they're committing slander against a company who will sue them. And that's the way you deal with journalists. It's way better than... You never, when they're funneling you down an alleyway to assassinate you, don't go along it. That's a really bad idea.
Yeah. It's true. It just I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have her comment on it.
I wonder if it's because in the wake of The Handmaid,
that's what I'm thinking,
that they kind of forced her hand on that, because it depends on the contract that she had signed too, on the dotted line, that they might have wanted her to mitigate this apparent media divisiveness by having a statement like this so that it would bring more people to the movie. Who knows?
Yeah. That's what people were saying, that oh, my movies are flopping. I saw a comment on that, so let me flip sides. And I don't look at this totally as she's flipping sides, but it just really wasn't.
I don't. She's. It doesn't feel like her typical genuine response that she had in some of the interviews that she had before, because she's like, I will talk about it when I want to talk about it, but this doesn't also feel like it's something that she would say normally too. She seems to skirt around things a lot of the times and keep things on the positive end. The fact that she even is talking about hate and divisiveness doesn't feel like her.
The look of disgust she gave the journalist who asked the previous question in the previous interview kind of said everything. And it was very subtle. There were actually a lot of comments about this is how women fight in social terms. Because
Mean Girls.
It was the equivalent of a man punching someone in the face, and she barely moved. It was more like... It was like the corners of her lips curved downwards. And everyone was just like, you may as well have just stabbed her. It was that kind of response.
She could be totally the new Regina George. She'd be really good at it.
I wonder if it has anything to do also with Amanda Seyfried, because didn't she, I haven't seen it, so I can't comment if this is true, but I think, didn't she say something bad when about Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated? And she's very left-leaning, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, because I don't follow her. Amanda Seyfried, who's her co-star in the Handmaid, or the
I wouldn't be
Housemaid,
surprised.
So it could have been also had something to do with her. I'm not going to go, you know how these people are. I'm not going to do any press tours with her if she doesn't apologize or say something. You know what I mean? And she was the one that you said she told her to get work done, Mean Girl stuff.
And she's pitching it as no, of course, because she's like, I won't have surgery because I'm scared of needles. She's like, no, you can take stuff that lowers your anxiety, and then I'll tell you what you can have done. And it's like, no, you never take advice about what to wear or how to look from another woman. It is known, if they think you're on your level, they will drag you down beneath it. There are even studies done from hairdressers who will tell you, they will give you a worse haircut, they will cut more hair off to make you less feminine. This is very well known. And of course it happens in an industry where you are known as the attractive girl that brings people to the movie.
And I mean, Amanda Seyfried is a little older now. Like,
Yep.
what is she, in her 40s or 50s? 40s, maybe?
But she's the mum. Like, she moved into the mum role, and Sydney Sweeney is the younger, kind of hot maid that comes in that might tempt the husband in the movie
It's
role.
real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amanda Seyfried actually called Charlie Kirk a hateful.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
she came out and said, so I could see her, like, saying I don't want to go on press tours with her unless she apologizes. And Sydney, I could see her like, well, I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. So they made her just make a statement, and it was pretty vague, but you could also look at it as she was like, I don't want to say that she was totally bending the knee, but it is like what Drew said. Like, okay, so if you're saying that your views don't align with the people that were actually like supporting you and had your back, they align with the people that were calling you Yahtzee and all that other stuff. Like, I don't know, because it was vague.
This is one of the okay. So people say don't apologize. It's not just don't apologize to a group of people because you can't apologize. If ever you apologize seriously, you apologize to the person you've hurt if you mean it genuinely, not a baying mob, because the mob will never be satiated. But one of the issues with apologizing, especially to the left who won't accept it anyway, is that everyone that stands up for you now can't defend you because you've admitted guilt. And when some people defend you, and then you turn around and apologize or do like this, you throw everyone that was on your side under the bus. This is the equivalent of attacking the audience, even if you don't say anything, because you're saying the people that defended you were wrong. The people that defended you were hateful and divisive. And I'll be like, based, that's what I intend to be. I wouldn't want it any other way. But most people still think of hate and divisiveness. They're still in that kind of paradigm where they think it matters. They haven't decoupled from that morality yet. They think that everyone's equal and the same, and it actually matters what people think about you. And that is something that people would probably be better if they moved past. But in this time, no, those things are insults. They are slanderous. And when she comes out and says it, there were loads of videos that supported her. In the last interview, loads of people were like, no, you've done a great thing here. Telling the jury what you thought of her facially without saying anything was like a masterclass in PR. And you're just throwing it all away.
And the hardest part about this is once you actually do the thing that they want you to do, which is apologize or whatever it is, admit guilt, they know the things that will make you succumb to pressure. And they're training you essentially. I know this is your trigger, so let's do this trigger, and then you're gonna apologize again and again.
There's actually a thing with horses where one of the things they do is they, to tame them, rather than just like breaking them in, essentially, they get them used to touch. So they'll do like touch them on their nose briefly and stuff, and they get them used to, and then by the end you're on their back and riding completely in complete control of them. And that's what this is. They keep coming, they keep touching you, and eventually you break, and then now they can do it whenever they want.
It's like children as well. They will test you again and again and again until they figure out what things you will actually bend for them. So treat your audience like kids.
I mean,
well, treat the journalists. The journalists especially. And Sydney is one of the reasons, because people are like, well, Sydney isn't even that attractive. There have been more attractive people, but what is attractive about Sydney is the fact that she would stand up to people. It was the fact that rather than going, no, I wear all these skimpy clothes to me, whenever she said, no, my eyes are up here, it was playful rather than feminist bitching. And so she is the first through the door at the moment. She is the first attractive person who's willing to play on that in Hollywood for the male gaze. And so she will take most of the flack. But if you go first through the door, if you are successful, you reap the most rewards. And if they just manage to break her, someone else will. It's only a matter of time until another woman replaces her at that point.
Yeah, and look at this is
That
her
looks like
next
a
to
side eye.
It does. It doesn't look like hey, we're girls, we're besties. Like it's because Amanda Seyfried probably like kind of used to be Sydney Sweeney, right? She was
Oh my god,
younger and
remember when she was
hotter.
Karen?
Back
Yeah,
in
when
the day.
she was Karen in Mean Girls, and she was
She was
like
like,
the ditzy,
"And there's
big
a-
boobed one.
60% chance it's already raining.
Yeah, yeah. So I could totally
Is
see
that her?
that's her.
I've got
Yeah.
a sixth sense. I can tell when it's raining.
Yeah.
It's that girl from
So-
Mean Girls.
I didn't know that was her. But yeah, Nep says she's never got anything injected in her face because she's scared of needles. Joked that there's medication for that and told her whenever she's ready, she can get something done.
What is one beauty rumor about yourself that you want to debunk?
Oh, there's music. So what's one beauty rumor? And then she just goes, let's get the beauty on. I've never got any work done. I'm scared of the needles. You have no idea. But it's really effective. I'll play this.
Idea.
But it's really effective once you get older. I'm telling you right now.
I am too scared of needles. You guys, you cannot compare a photo of me from when I was 12 to a photo of me at 26 with professional makeup and lighting. Of course I'm gonna look different. Everybody on social media is insane.
When you
Which is perfectly legitimate and a great
Yeah.
point. And then she's like, yeah, but you do need surgery though, don't you? I can get you surgery. You need surgery.
do,
I'll call you.
you gotta call me and I'll give you a little bit of Ativan and you'll be so excited. But you don't need it yet.
No, also if I did, you guys, my face would be even.
Yo.
Not
Dang.
necessarily.
No?
What do you mean even?
Well,
Is it
like, I,
uneven?
like one eyelid opens a little more than the other. When I was younger, I had a wakeboarding outfit.
This is one of those things that every woman has. There's something about her that she hates that absolutely no one else in the entire universe has ever realized.
We're not looking at
I've
your eyes, Sydney.
I have never heard anyone comment on her eyes opening to a different level.
Accident right here, and I get 19 stitches. So I feel like it pulls like my eye just a little differently than the other.
I still don't see it, but there's an art to it. You can't just get it everywhere like a lot of people do. You can just like, you don't need it. There's one.
You don't need it, but when you do, you come to me. Come to me. I'll tell you what you need. I'll tell you what you need to have.
Sydney Sweeney kind of has those like without. I don't think she needs makeup for it, like the just natural like bedroom eyes. So no one pays attention to that. They just think that she just.
No
has,
one's
like,
ever
that
seen
look.
her eyes. Like, I think people could walk past Sydney Sweeney in the street and not recognize her. They don't know what her face looks like. It's impossible.
Oh my god.
That's true. I mean,
They could recognize
Some
her
of the
from a
men.
Google satellite image, but that's about it.
oh man. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? I'll get a couple supers first. Jorah Lama? Did I say that right? Zombies involved, but cricket rules who's on first.
Huh?
I imagine a
I don't
cricket
get
bat would
that.
actually be really good in a zombie invasion.
Probably.
If it was like Walking Dead, so they were rotting and their brains were, well, their bones were getting a bit soggy and stuff. A cricket bat would be a really good weapon.
I think so.
There's a lot of force in a cricket bat.
A lot of force. Yeah, probably better than the regular bat.
But yeah, I don't know who's on first. I don't know any cricketers.
What does that
I
even
am-
mean?
I am in the camp that cricket is made for people to get drink and not really pay that much attention and basically be bored to tears.
That's
I'm
what
not a cricket
golfing
fan.
is for
I was
me.
just gonna say kind of like golf.
Well, I think golf. There was a guy, I can't remember who it was. Someone described golf as it spoils a good walk. That's how I see golf.
Fine,
yeah.
There's carts for reasons.
well, the thing is, I'd enjoy the walk. It's just the golfing bit I wouldn't like. But walking through like preened countryside and greenery sounds great.
Chris, thank you for the 5. I just got back from the Brandon Sanderson convention in Utah. Oh,
Cool.
Disroog is jealous. It's nice to see some fandoms
didn't even
remain
know he had a
unpolluted by
convention.
politics. You'd have liked it, Disroog.
A whole convention for him? Is it just like a bunch of his books and talks
Oh.
from him?
Was he
People
there?
don't realize how big Brandon Sanderson is. Like he is. Everyone talks about the Harry Potter stuff, but Brandon Sanderson had the biggest Kickstarter just for releasing his books. It was
Oh,
kinda
absolutely. But how does a convention just about him work? I'm so curious.
Yeah, I
Wild.
know.
There's
Was there a lot of people
A
there?
lot of
Like,
books.
yeah.
Like this is the guy that didn't fly for a year and made 5 extra books. Just because he didn't fly. That's not all his other books that were planned. These were just surprise ones that he said he wrote for his wife.
Really?
Like, they weren't even going to get shown to everybody. He gave her the option of, these are for you, but I will publish them if you're fine with that. And that was just because he didn't fly.
Wow, that's cool. That's real talent there, though. Like,
George R. Martin, please learn from him.
right?
I think the difference is he clearly enjoys writing. Like, writing for him is something he does as a hobby. And he would always be writing, probably if he was never... I think he wrote like 10 books before he was ever published. And he got loads of no's before anything was published. So writing's just something he does. Whereas I think George R. R. Martin writes because it makes money. And so when something else made money, he went with that instead.
I mean, checks out. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson is gonna finish the George R. R. Martin series, maybe. Probably good.
I'm not sure George R. R. Martin could afford him at this point. I think he's become too big. I'm actually genuinely surprised Brandon Sanderson doesn't have his own TV shows, because his stuff would adapt amazingly. There was a lot of talk. There were people that were going to buy it. Apparently, at one point, the guy that runs Epic Games, I can't remember who it is, but they own Fortnite and everything. They were going to use Fortnite money to make a Brandon Sanderson show, and then it fell through.
Really?
Probably because of the disaster.
And
that
Sweeney?
Rings of Power. Yeah. Because of the disaster that Rings of Power and everything was, it made people lose confidence in a fantasy TV series. So
well, that's just because they took a beloved, wonderful franchise and made it crap.
Yeah.
So,
but that shakes. People don't see it as it's a problem with the writing or anything. They see it as a problem with fantasy. Like they saw Lord of the Rings as a massive audience and they didn't turn up. Is what Hollywood takes from that, and so Sweeney
you just suck.
dropped out.
Yeah.
And so now he's back at square one with things.
What do you guys think of this? Speaking of, we actually were talking about games getting made into movies earlier. I should have brought it up then, but we kind of went off. What do you think of a Helldivers live action movie?
Well, with this
could be
the
good.
reporter article is actually the important thing because it's a quote from Justin Lin, which matters. Well, I can paraphrase it. Basically, he's not a gamer. He doesn't like the games, and
What the heck?
he's never played the games. He doesn't plan to.
Okay, never mind. Because
That
this could
always
have been
works
like the
out.
next Starship Trooper. It would be fun. It could be fun if they did it right.
I mean, it might still be, but I mean, if he doesn't, maybe he'll have somebody tell him, like working with him, like, okay, well, this is something that happens in the game, so put this in.
But he has to play the game. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
It was more than that. There was something about. I'm trying to find my tweet on it.
Okay.
There was something about the plan to lean into it as a superpower. Like he planned to lean into him not playing the games as a superpower, and he wanted to find something special about it. I can't believe I can't find my own tweet.
You tweet a lot, though.
You do.
Fair.
Well, but I'm using
my timeline.
I'm using the search function, and that's the problem. The search function unless you use Grok, it's awful.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. You'll find it eventually. I hope this is fun. I mean, but the fact, him not wanting to play the games makes it a little less the hope has gone down a bit that it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, it was something, without finding the exact tweet, I can't remember what exactly it was, but it said something like he wanted to lean into it as a superpower, and he wanted to find the humanity in the game. He wanted to focus on the people and their emotions and how they feel about it. I'm like, no, you haven't played the game, so you don't understand. Helldivers is that these people aren't humans. It isn't about the humanity. It isn't about their emotion. It's that they're disposable. The entire world treats them as disposable. They are born and bred to live and die for the Empire against all these people, and they die. They get murdered by their friends, and no one cares, and just carries on. Their entire training is the tutorial, which lasts like 90 seconds. And then they're just given a gun and sent out onto the field. It has far more in common with, like, the Russians in the World War, where they sent two people in, gave one of them a gun, and said, when he gets shot, pick it up and carry on. It's that kind of temperament. And what Justin Lin said is essentially entirely different. He wants to treat it as just any other standard war franchise. And so he fails.
Why
So-
make it a Helldivers movie then? If you're not interested in playing the games and learning about the lore behind the game, then just make your own little like army, like whatever war movie that you want to make. Don't make it a
Sounds like
Helldivers movie.
Every
found-
other IP that they
Yeah,
trash and
they want to
tarnish.
get the fans in, and then they're not going to actually do fan service. So it's like, what's the freaking point then?
I say I found it. Grok found it. If ever you need to search anything on Twitter, use Grok, not the search function. So Helldivers director is not a gamer. He will lean into this as a strength when pitching his take on the film. And it says, Lynn is not a gamer, lean into that as a strength. He aims to find the humanity in the characters and weave timely themes, modern audience, into the story, while building out a world and mythology. No, there is a world, there is mythology, and you don't have to build anything, it's already there. But you
The
wouldn't know
themes
that
are
because
already
you've
there
never played the
too.
games.
But this is the problem with people who are taking on IPs and are not fans of it, or at least knowledgeable in it, because then
Yeah.
you get crap like Starfleet Academy. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I think with Starfleet Academy, it's because they're quite frankly, the people making it are too thick, too stupid, and too lesser of a human to understand what Star Trek is and the foundation of it. The issue with this is Helldivers is quite a meta game. So you had the Starship Troopers book, which then wasn't read. It was read by an assistant who then told a guy about it, who then made a movie that people like. But the movie doesn't even say what the movie intended to, and then this is a game based on the movie, based on the message of what people take from it, but not what was intended of the movie, of the book that he never read. And now this is a guy who's not playing the game of something that was based on a movie that we never read from the book, and you get so far removed from what it is, he has no idea about the entire, like, thing that ties all the lore together. And so he will never be able to recapture not only what it is, but what people like about it. And I think actually he aims to find the humanity in the characters. Why do you have to find it? Is it because it's not there in the games? He thinks, well, a game can't have humanity in characters because it's a video game. It's like, no, actually, in this one, it's intentional. They are disposable people. And actually, if you make a movie about soldiers who are treated as disposable, like the Russians in the World Wars, that's probably quite a strong message. You just have people getting wiped out left, right, and center. You show their families being distraught at these people getting wiped out, but then you also showed the battlefront where they're just pulling, because they got planets. So you got billions of men that you can draw from, and they are just numbers on a spreadsheet. But each one of those numbers actually matters to the family, but not to the front line, not to the people, not even to the people that they know on the battlefield, because they're slaughtering each other, they're calling things in. They're like, we'll wipe that guy out, we killed 10 enemies, that gets us towards the end. There's a great movie there, but this guy has no idea about that even exists because he's never played the games, let alone probably watched Starship Troopers or read the book of it.
I could write a better story than this hack.
Yeah,
Well,
X-Ray for the Helldivers live action. She's got this. I trust her more for sure.
Timely themes. That's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to use modern real-life wars for this, are you?
Again, they don't want to let us have any escapism. It's so tiresome. Like, aren't they bored of it?
What show was it that they were like, don't play? Oh, Last of Us.
Yeah.
Don't play the games. Don't do your research into this IP. We
Like,
don't want you to have
your
an interpretation
own.
of the real character that you're basing it on. Like, what the heck?
So
Yeah,
stupid.
that
Then
worked
we
so
might
well
actually
they
make a good
fired the guy.
show. Yeah.
Randy Pitchford now suddenly it's not Randy Pitchford, is it? Whatever it is, the guy now wants to make games again. He doesn't want to make The Last of Us anymore. It's like, well, it went that well for you, did you?
Yeah.
These people are gone. I only watched
Neil Druckmann, that's the guy.
Neil Druckmann, yeah. I only watched the first season and I was like, I can't even do it.
I
for
watched the
Last of
first
Us.
episode.
And that was it. That's as far as you got.
I was like, I don't care enough about this.
It was
to
the
cover it.
weirdest thing about that was, I mean, so I guess partially what they did worked, like not having them like really follow the games fully. Like, I mean, they did, but they didn't. Like, don't play the games so that you don't like learn how the characters are, because I think the majority of the fans of the Last of Us show was people that had no idea about the games. Like, you saw all the girls on TikTok like
True,
watching
yeah.
with their boyfriends, and they're like, "Oh, she doesn't know what's about to happen. She loves Pedro," and then like she's crying into a pillow after he gets killed. Like,
It was kind of astonishing because I remember the day that episode was shown, and across the internet, it had the same reaction that the game had. Like, 1 for 1. It was just a whole new load of people that had never played the games who were suddenly like, this is horrific, what have you done? I can't believe you've destroyed our entire series. And they got hurt all over again, and it was just like, because I never played the games, but I watched a lot of people play it, and then I started watching compilations of people at that moment, and I still remember PewDiePie's PewDiePie as he went through there, and it destroyed the game for him. Not only did he watch a character he liked die, then you made you play as the girl that did it. I was like, I just can't. I hate this game. I don't want to play playing as this person anymore. But I remember from the first series when they did like the gay relationship episode, and they were describing it as feeding people their vegetables, and it's the same way Stranger Things has talked about themselves. That, yeah, you know, we know you'll watch this series, but we have to give you something that you don't like, don't want, but we'll put it in there anyway because you have to consume it.
Yeah.
They treat people like children.
The message, yeah. The whole Stranger Things, like, with the kids was so weird. Like, the people interviewing Noah Schnapp asking if he's gay. Like, could you even just, like, fathom? I wouldn't go up to an adult and be like, are you gay? Like... First off, I don't care.
Especially if it was a man, that'd be weird. It's like, are you? It's because I need advice about these shoes. Do they look good on me?
Yeah, right. Are these heels too long? Like, no. But saying it to a kid is just like, how can you even bring yourself to do that? To ask, like, he's probably what, like 14, 15. But even like just like anybody, but like a kid even more so. Like, why? Why do you care? You freaking sicko. Weird.
It was especially weird that episode because the character, I don't think he was even in the game. I think you found a note about him and that was about it. You went to an area that he didn't exist in, and they not only turned him into an actual character, but they invented a relationship for him and then made an entire episode about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, look, there are some things that this is why it's important to realize who your target demographic is with something, because then you can target it at them. It's like the House of Asher starts really good because it's like, oh, this is aimed at men, and then it's like over time it's like, oh, you aimed this at everybody, so it's put something in for everybody, but that's not who watches House of Asher. And so you have stuff for straight men, then you have stuff for men that like men, then you have the feminist stuff, and now nobody likes it because there's always something else that's pissing off everybody else. It's like, if you're a straight guy, you don't want a scene in a bathhouse full of nude guys. That's not what you want. Nobody want. It's like getting flash banged with. You're like, oh my god, these almost poked my eye out with that one, and then you'll go along, and there'll just be her destroying a guy physically.
By trying to please everyone, you actually end up pissing more people off.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, and there's a reason why for like 100 years of entertainment, no guy showed below the waist because there's actually very few people that are interested in that.
Yeah, only gay men.
If
even women don't want to see that. Exactly.
Like, there's nothing really attractive about a flaccid dangly bit.
The dangly bits. Not the dangly bits.
Exactly.
You say that, and then there's milking farm, and that thing disgusts me.
No, well, again, it's not flaccid though, is it? Like, there's a whole different element to it there. It's a bit like with the Rachel Zegler thing. It's like, yeah, she's actually showing a lot of her stuff, and that should be attractive. People should love that. And yet, the subtlety about human behavior, which means that actually, no, it misses the mark, because there's a way of doing it. And that's what the House of Asher is. It's made by the same guy, and it feels like a similar show, but it's off. And you can tell why.
Just a bit off. Did you see, I forgot who, it was like one of the meme pages. And I sent it to Mazza because it was like, if Stranger Things was made in the UK, and it's like a bit odd, isn't it? And I'm like,
oh god,
your lawyers
sending that to you. I've already told him.
No, a meme page did it, like a big meme page, like did
no, but
it,
he
like,
DMs me stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't believe you should be ashamed of yourself. It's like,
I told him, like, you gotta call your lawyers. This meme page is stealing your saying because you started it through a long time ago, like probably like 3 years ago.
He does. He sends me like periodically. He won't message me for months, and then it'll just be that tweet. A bottle of water. It's like
oh, little things amuse that one. All right. Anyways, getting to that time, what do you guys have going on? I know you're not feeling well, X-Ray, but are you gonna still be doing your stuff tomorrow?
I think Sunday fun day for sure. I'm not sure about in the morning. Depends on how much sleep I get. I've been getting like 9-10 hours of sleep every night.
That
So
sounds wonderful.
I know. I need it though. I need it
Yeah,
though.
you need it. Yeah.
The last 2 days I've been like, there's a groove in the bed for me because I've literally just been in bed all
Aw.
day and all night. So
Those are the best
Need
days.
it.
I just spent it in bed watching anime and falling asleep
yeah.
repeatedly.
But I finally I washed my sheets to make it feel fresher at the very least. So hopefully I'm like, feeling anew.
What else? Do you got anything new happening or anything this week?
I want to play more Silent Hill 2. I started solo streaming again. I know it's been a while.
Nice.
And then Christmas time, I'm gonna play 5 Hearts Under One Roof too. I'm so excited.
I never finished Silent Hill 2. Maybe I should get back to it. I did
I
start
thought you were going to
that.
say 5 Hearts Under One Roof.
No, I never played that one. What about you, Disparu? What do you got coming out?
Oh, what was the video? So Warner Brothers purchased. I've got a BBC video. Both of those like recorded. I just need to edit them. There's Doctor Who's spin-off series coming out, and I probably want to talk about Sydney Sweeney and a journalistic faux pas as well at some point.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to be doing a stream right after this. I just need a few minutes to just get up and stretch for a minute. I'm going to play Routine. It's like this. It's kind of like a Alien Isolation type game. I don't want to give away too much of it. That's why I told you guys I was going to be playing a new game soon. It's called Routine. It looks kind of scary. I've only watched a tiny bit of gameplay because I actually want to be surprised for myself. So I'm going to send you guys over there. And if you want to like have a quick intermission and watch me get scared, that's what's going to happen for a couple hours right now. And then I'm going to go to bed. But I'm going to game for a little bit. That's
I
what I
want
got
you
going on.
to scream like Mike.
Ah!
You need to get as scared as Mike does. That's
It
the
might,
key.
if it's anything like Alien Isolation, it's gonna get me.
Alien Isolation, yeah. It's
My
weird because I
favorite.
think that game failed when it first launched, and now it's like
So
a classic.
good.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I gotta
works
play
so
that one
well.
too.
Yeah.
But anything else that you guys wanna push or anything? Or?
No.
Okay, well,
need to go
X-Ray,
to bed.
yeah, go to bed. And if you guys, like, I'm gonna send you guys over to my next stream that'll be starting in about 10 minutes if you want to hang out. If not, totally understand. But we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I say